open.
I thought that time I still
Defend
started
yourself.
I don't need to defend myself. Right?
Well, you have to defend as in defend the stream. Like,
No, my stream is always
whatever.
defend. My stream is always defend. Yeah,
Yeah.
so...
Good.
Hey everyone, CVGS here, Brandon, and I'm joined with everyone up here on the list.
Hello.
You get
So
a
we
sick ram.
We have a sick ram, that's why he's not on the list, but he's technically here. We have Shadow, we have Cal, we have Jungle, and we have Luna.
Hi.
The rare Pokemon decided to show up. Okay, so today's stream, as you can see from the thumbnail, welcome to the Carton. Ram is loud.
Ram is super loud.
Okay. Ram is loud.
Lower me down.
Hi Edric. Okay, yeah, so today is a very special stream because we'll be opening Eval Spirits second main set booster. Never Ending Story. Carton, by the way.
We have the goods. We have the goods.
We have the drugs, boys.
I cannot say on YouTube lah.
Oh shit! Wait. We have the goods. Oh no! Oh no, what's wrong?
Yeah, okay, the stream is demonetized.
Share. Every time. Cancel.
Actually.
Okay, but anyways, so we're going to be opening the carton today. So let me just take this giant box apart with my scissors. Let me grab my scissors. Hey. Okay, scissors. Ah yeah. Sharpest scissors in the world, assist me.
I'm the fastest scissors alive.
Okay, so also coming with the carton, we have a lot of the black packs that were given to us by the shop owner because there's a campaign going on. What's it?
What do those contain?
They contain the previous Grand Walkers. The previous EG Grand Walkers. So if you didn't have...
is this
Yeah, the
extras
original...
or is this the one? This is it.
Sorry?
Oh no, this is the reprints, isn't it? The reprints.
Yeah, the reprints. So if you guys haven't picked up your EG Grand Walkers before, you can do so by buying like one box.
Around.
At least one box. At least one box. Like if I'm not mistaken, one pack is one pack per box.
Yeah.
So kindly enough, our shop owner decided to give me like 3 plastic bags worth. So we will open these like probably at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
Because the highlight is still this.
But
So
basically-
now that my sharpest scissors in the world has sliced and diced the sides of the carton, I need to cut through the middle of this plastic. Hold on. It's a slash.
Subarashi desu ne.
Subarashi desu yo ne.
The sharpest scissors in the world apparently isn't sharp enough for this, huh?
Wasn't enough.
Apparently it wasn't enough. This is strong. Love, I'm not stronger than family! Okay, enough family names. Pack opening, re-powering. Yes, we're gonna be opening booster packs. Opening booster boxes today. Okay.
Whilst we wait Brandon to open this with his not so sharp scissors, anyone has any guesses for the secrets?
Yeah. Okay. My camera may not be able to pick it up properly, but
Red, green,
there
blue,
we
yellow,
go.
white.
We're gonna get the freaking what's it called? The little cat thing, the Yomimiko cat thing.
Oh no, the
The
kitty!
secret.
I don't want the kitty!
Secret for the little cat.
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm pretty sure people don't want to see my legs on stream.
The stupid little cat thing.
Oh no.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure people don't want to see my legs, so let's just get that out.
I like
This
that.
is Brandon struggling in the
Okay.
So all of the extras are available as a secret. So I think based on what we've seen, has everyone seen all of them?
I only saw Emperor, and because I bought extra boxes,
Yeah.
just
So
to...
Shadow and I were discussing based on the ones that we saw. But Shadow, I think the consensus is still holds that the ones that look the best as a secret are Megiddo, Zora, and Huanglong.
Yeah. Oh, By the way, note of interest. Brendan got opened some personal boxes which he got from the store just now. Aside from the Carton, he managed to hit a secret.
Oh, which one?
Over justice!
No, it's just the justice over justice.
Oh wait,
Just
over justice is the
not
magic.
over
Wait,
justice.
I have over justice as well. Hold on.
Oh yeah, okay. So congratulations on that. But honestly, when Shadow and I were talking the other day, we were thinking like Justice just like most of the green X's kind of want their background. Sadly,
I agree.
It doesn't look as nice with the secret background. Polarizing opinion maybe, but
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
thank
I
God I prepared a
agree.
rubbish bin. Alright.
I'm so tempting of opening packs, but since the
COVID has
Yeah.
forced us into a situation where if I'm gonna make content, I'm gonna freaking stream it. So let's go. Okay, so as per following the BS58 opening, right, we're gonna be separating them by rarity in terms of like X-ray and higher versus normal foils, and then the commons will be just laid out elsewhere. Yeah, so pack number 1 of box number 1, let's go. Oh, starting strong with a blue Tensei rare. I think Cal will be very interested in this. Cal, are you still here?
Yes, hello.
Okay, so we got our... Wait, I need to turn this around. Machine Tomagon. Eh, then we got the fox from Izanami. We have the Otter Kun. We have our Balmas Nexus. Hey, Ren, your favorite, your Chronos deck card. Your Chronos card.
ooh,
Oh,
Magic.
Magic.
Magic. Okay. Oh, this is Machine Beast one, right? Yeah. Oh, we got the Rare Angel. And the Blue Tensei Rare. Oh, one of the Space Pirates. Auto.
I need to go look that
And
one.
after you, the best thing to come out of this set.
Technically, it's not bad. I like the card also. But it's not mine, it's Cal's. Pog Pirates. Yes, indeed.
I mean,
Pog. Krish.
it's not too bad. It adds core, it mills.
I remember he
It's
mills.
pretty
also.
decent.
He mills
It does a little bit of everything, which is
Yeah.
A
It's
little
like
bit of
it-
money for my time.
That being said, I'm still not a fan of mill. So personally,
Mill?
oh,
what's
I've
that?
been for a long time, man.
What that?
What does that
oh
mean?
yes.
What's that?
Haven't you heard Vanish is overall better?
Game card Joe guys!
What Jungle, what you have also never heard banish 30 cards in a single dot.
Okay,
I have nil 30 cards in a single shot.
Okay, so second pack we got Xiaomian, another machine beast. Oh, yo. That mine is a common. Another machine beast. Actually, they should turn this around. What am I doing? Okay. So Xiaomian. This bat. Oh, this bat. I hate this bat. When opponent attacks, they have to send the... If they don't... if the soul core is in reserve.
If the soul card isn't in reserve,
Oh yeah, it's not in reserve, yeah. They shoot one life to trash. Then this cannot proc burst effects. Cannot proc burst and Tensei. Wow, pin.
it's
Make
to
it
combo
rare.
together with the new X-Rare of the purple set.
Yep. But I don't think they run this as often though. Ooh, Cosmic Draw.
What kind of family is that?
Nightling. All the Kiba
Oh.
players rejoice. Future Deity Bird, White Face. Yeah. If we are definitely gonna hit at least one of them in the box. So there's that. Ooh, Snake! Cal, are you here?
Yes,
it's the
hello.
snake.
Cal's gonna be pretty silent until he sees like his purple secret.
Yeah.
Wait, is
Then he'll be like, yes, money!
That's
Okay, that's pack number 2. Now on to pack number 3.
fairly solid. The snake. It's
It's a
fairly
snake.
solid. It lets a
Pretty
free
good
spawn.
snake.
Potential like spawn from hand and removal for snakes on
Yeah,
attacking as well.
man. Okay, then we got Angel Grill, more Machine Wagon. This is what? Cosmic Mirage? Cosmic Mirage. Shadow's favorite. Shadow's favorite. Favorite Otakun.
penguin.
Dolphin. Is this a dolphin?
Machine beast.
Wait, this is a manatee! It's a machine beast manatee. Wow. Hey, look, squirrel.
Ah yes.
Whoa! Snake Tensei. Cal,
Big
yeah.
Tensei.
Big
Yes.
Tensei, right? Very simple. This one is
And,
the one you can Evan Shenmado one, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
you stack Shenmado on like something
So
else.
it's when it flips, it gives you the chance to free advent something onto it. So
Maybe
it's
also
literally
called
like
the UI.
screaming Shenmado, please.
Shenmado onegaishimasu. Okay.
Onegaishimasu.
Is this pack
Yes.
number 4? Yes, pack number 4. The 3 spiritual beast. 3
Some horse.
some horse. A fire emblem. Oh wait, this is the interesting machine beast burst. Yeah. If its opponent's turn end the attack skip. Oh, this is a very good Nightwing spell. The Golem. We have the over strength.
Oh,
The strength to be looking
This
very
one,
nice.
this one had a lot of different effects on it, so it's actually interesting to break it down.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what when this mirage is set, you can deploy a Lysae card. Oh wait, oh yeah, you can deploy a Lysae card, the Lysae
Or Mirage. Or
Mirage.
Either
Blue or
have
blue
a hand
or
of trash
Mirage.
without cost,
There.
and when it's discarded, trash lock for a turn.
Yeah, well you
It
want to
was
discard
discarded
this
by
with the
Strength's name effect.
Yeah,
Which was it's relatively interesting. It's meant to sync up with the strength's effect.
But
which is-
I haven't seen
it's-
people actually run this though. Funny enough.
Yeah, I would say though that the problem is it's because it's meant to be used by the strength. It's difficult to use it with other decks.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
we
might
got
use it for the when set ability and then swap it out, similar to how some decks use Overstar.
Oh yeah,
Where
that's
you
right.
just set it for the core boost and then you swap it out the next turn.
Definitely. Oh, we got the Terra Dragon. Tensei.
But the Terra Dragon, which Shadow actually didn't realize that it could be used in Anubis and in the Anubis decks until like 2 days after.
Lamar.
Hey, no one has to know about that.
I'm sure everyone wants to know, I'm sure.
knows. At least.
My excuse is I just got
Shadow that's down there
so
or
I'm very blurred.
I accidentally peeked at the last card. This is gonna be cool.
what's the Tensei?
Who knows, man? More space pirates, more machine beasts.
Yeah.
Our new leaf jammer. Oh, more machine beast. Ooh, what's this?
Ooh, White Mirage.
Yeah, it's the deer looking mirage. It actually looks damn nice, the emblem. Oh, so nice. Open 2, set 1. Open 2, bounce this to hand. By bouncing this to hand, set
Yeah.
1 white mirage without onset effect. Then the rest of the cards go bottom deck.
Yeah.
Fixing-
So it's definitely an interesting effect. I'm just not exactly certain how what would you want to search out from it? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That being said, this set gave us a lot of new white mirage effects on the spirits as well, because it's all meant to work together with external Watu, which is the new white X-Rare. So there's a lot of options. I'm just trying to think on essentially it just ends up being a card which tutors to your mirage zone.
And so we have our first X-ray of the box. Hehe. Come.
Which is
Ding ding!
Last
Balmusk-kun. Cal's favorite.
Yep.
Balmusk.
Yeah, you see, I don't play Nightling.
I remember looking at this and at first I was like at first I was wondering why is this only a when summoned effect? Why isn't it also not an attack?
Well, to be fair, if it was on attack, wouldn't it be pretty good as well?
Yeah, it
Purple
would-
is on summer stuff going on sometimes. So I can't blame that.
Summon lock.
You need to remember to balance it, since Purple summons their things from trash so many times, restricting it
Yeah,
to
so
only on
because you
summon.
can loop, and then I remember that you can loop this. Technically loop it.
Hey, look, Deflector Dragon, my precious baby boy.
Go away.
Gonna have many pieces of this soon. Yeah, I felt a little bit of Zara on the back. So I wonder what this is.
One long.
On the back, Shadow.
One long.
Shadow and his
That's the
yellow
magic,
flag.
isn't it?
This is the magic version, I think. Got end attack step also. By discarding one red or white Mirage. End attack step, yeah. Really strong. Not bad lah, but it's a bit expensive 6 cost. Pain. Okay, so I felt the Zara in the back, so who is this? Oh.
Fun.
It is the dragon cannon.
It is the cannon that will pierce the heavens.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This thing is
Dragon
kind of
machine.
crazy, kind of insane.
Realm. Okay, so
Okay.
Realm is the new Machine Dragon Tensei X-Ray, who is apparently the cannon that belonged to the Machine Dragons.
Yeah.
OP, because the other side is also OP. It's more the other side being OP than this.
Yeah.
This just says casually flip to this. Easy.
In the lore descriptions, it describes that they used Weltrom as a cannon to hold off Megiddo's Zora temporarily while they found a way to deal with it. And in the same way, it kind of does that as well, where it doesn't deal with ultimates,
It does.
or it only deals with things less than its power. So it
Is it less than its power? No,
It's like equal or less,
BP,
isn't it?
fool.
no, it's destroy highest, isn't it? It's,
Highest
Yeah,
BP.
that's my highest.
it can't
So if
destroy. It
Megiddo's the
can't,
highest
it's
thing,
like
it just dies, bro.
yeah, I believe if I remember the lore correctly, it was like they had to charge up the cannon in order to actually get rid of Megiddo's Zora, just because like they were having so much.
charging the
fun with
cannon
it.
means sacrificing one of their own kind is kind of what he does, right? Send one Machine Dragon to go bot deck, then nuke the highest
Yeah.
BP. I felt Zara in the back again. What is this box? This box is mad. Whoa! Oh, almost got a tease there. Hey. Okay, we're gonna skim past the comments this time. Oh, okay. Yellow Angel burst. What? Level 1, 2, 3. What? All Grand Walkers cannot use Grand Field?
Yeah, all Grand Walkers gonna use the Grand Field.
Okay lah. So. It's not bad.
Isn't meh?
It's just meant to cut all those like Vina and all those.
Ah! Oh, hello there, Mr. Man with glasses.
Oh,
Yeah. If Jasmine is watching the stream,
Yeah.
your baby boy is here.
I'm quite excited about this one, but just in general because it's kind of removal and on a stick,
Removal on the stick.
and it's relatively easy to summon, especially if you have the right symbols for it.
Actually disgusting.
Can mess up their attack step and
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
quite disruptive.
Let's try and speed this up by doing the
This one, Brenda can say I can do this all day.
I mean, I can technically do this all day, but I'm pretty sure the viewers don't want to be sitting here for 2.5 hours
Yeah.
while we talk random stuff and then open the box. Oh, it's only the master rare. Hey, look, bug. Bug is good. What do you do again? Pay 2 costs, send 1 exhausted state spirit ulti to bot deck. Flash, this mirage can be summoned. If you've done so, exhaust 2 opposing spirit ulti. Level 2, 3 on attack block, gain 1 core. Hey, not bad.
And it's a flash blocker from the Mirage Zone, which is pretty cool.
Flash high speed. Well,
Yeah, it's Mirage Kinsoku.
Mirage Soku.
Mirage Soku.
Okay, apparently we're hitting quite nice foils here, so let's see what's the next one. Ooh, bird is the word. Bird is the word. Oh,
Dodo bird.
Dodo bird.
But
During set, all your Wing Beast ultimates can ignore
So
the
you
summon.
ignore the summon conditions of all your Wing Beast ultimates.
Disgust.
This one is pretty insane for Horus.
Disgust.
It does allow them to sort of have a play where potentially they could still summon their ultimates without having an existing board, which in this game format tends to be a lot more often than you think.
They just need to set this, then the whole deck is okay.
Yeah. It gives them another play option, which I think is good.
Okay, so the next foil we have is this rare bug again. Oh, this is the Mirage version of the Investibeetle. The skill is the same as Investibeetle on set. Really nice. So that means it's harder to remove. Pretty good. And then the card behind is Meow.
Oh no.
The Meow is the cat, right? Yeah, it's the Izanagi cat. What do you do again,
You discard it to at the start of your attack step. You can discard it to draw a card, and then you can summon it as a flush during your attack step. You can just summon it from your trash if you do discard 3 from your deck, and then send 1
No,
more
mill
from the
3
field to the
first, then
reserve.
you summon this. if you discarded a Yomi or Kamiyumi,
Oh yeah, then you can summon it. Yeah.
then after that, when this is summoned, you send one call from field to reserve. This effect can only be used once per turn. Oh, not bad. More charges
It's-
for Izanami, Izanagi.
It's not bad, but I don't like. I have trouble envisioning more than you playing more than one.
One is enough. One is enough. Usually
Yeah,
one is
like
enough.
you play one to filter and like that's maybe
Maximum
pushing
2,
it.
I would say. The only reason I'll ever say 3 is because this is like 3 minus 2. It's the only.
Like if you want to rush with it, maybe there's like you can play like a rush variant of Izanami Izanagi.
Yeah.
The only
Or
concern is
Isoto,
just it's not. It just doesn't feel like. In comparison to like the other things that we've gotten for the Izanami Izanagi deck so far, it just doesn't feel like as important to the deck plan.
Okay, we got ourselves a Nightling Tensei Nexus. Because the other side is a Nexus. Pretty sure Samson is spamming for this. Spamming. Man.
This is the Ball Mask Nexus, isn't it?
Yep. Okay, so I am expecting to see one sword and one more extra, I think. Because we hit the... no, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to hit 1 TX, I think. Because I think the other... No, but my other box was quite lucky. It's 1 secret and 1 TX, so I can't like justify whether we're supposed to see more cards. But it's okay. Bato! Fake Rocket Draw. 3. I don't know what you are. Spiritual Beast? Yes, you are. Opponent must use Soul Call. Oh no, it's a Nightling, sorry. Opponent's Soul Call cannot be affected by effects. Additionally, opponent's Soul Call, if it's in reserve, this spirit cannot be destroyed by the opponent. During the start of your own attack step, if your opponent's Soul Call is in the reserve, draw 1 card. Wow, insane. That's quite funny for a common. Hey, Sexy Bazooka! And yes, that is the name, Sexy Bazooka. Oh, hello, Wong Jin said I am late. No, you're not late. This is still the first box. I'm opening this relatively slowly because we're like going through every foil so far. Because this is the first box. After the first box, we're just going to speedrun this and like take note of the notables. Oh, hello there, Mr. Black, Mrs. Angelic Feather Shadow.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, pretty girl. She looks like the girl from Sword Eyes.
It's okay.
Right? She does look like her.
And Shadow is unfortunately not impressed.
Shadow just got jammed, so he's not impressed.
After Shining Sword, it's hard to be impressed with much, honestly.
It's I wouldn't okay. If you're comparing it to Shining Sword, I think that's an unfair comparison.
I agree.
I mean, to be fair, it's better than Executioners.
That being said, it's not bad though. It's like it lets you retrieve a yellow magic card, which hits a decent amount of things in the yellow deck.
Oh, hey, Jungle Hook. Sheep.
Oh, is it the X sheep?
No, not
No,
the
it's-
sheep. The X is an elk.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing this and it's decent, but it doesn't hit. Okay, so let me explain my concerns with like playing this card. Is that when it flips, it does a thing. Like you bottom deck 2 things and you add a core, and then that's it.
And then you
Just
throw.
kind of sits there.
And then you
like
throw.
it's like I feel like you're more likely to like actually keep it on the A side for the ability to set a Mirage card. But even then, like this entire card just kind of feels like it's aiming for something, but not quite getting there.
Oh, we got ourselves the Terra Dragon Master Rare. The Mirage effect. Very strong when your Terra Dragon or Sensei Motsuno.
Edric, we've not seen any of the strength yet, but we're gonna see some at some point, hopefully.
It's okay, we see one secret, that's all we need to see.
Oh? Oh, the Justice.
It's from the extra card, it's on the extra box, Cal.
I know.
Okay, on the second last pack. I don't know whether I'm supposed to see another X-ray or not. Cause
I think you mentioned didn't you say there was 3 per box, I thought?
3 of like 1, 2. Let me check from the previous box. See, oh, very little only. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, I remember I had 2 Megiddo in there. 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12. So we're supposed to see one more extra.
So okay, so there should be 3
Should be
extra
one more.
spawns.
Should be one more because we hit the TX. We're supposed to have one more. So we got the Master Red Angel Grill. I think Theodore would like this if he is watching the stream. Speaking of which, I need to send
The Master Rare Angel is pretty, like, honestly very good, I think. Shout out
But the sad part is she doesn't set herself for
the
free.
yellow player around here.
Oh,
She
that
doesn't
is
set
so
herself for free.
useful.
She doesn't set herself for free. That's the only problem. Me and Shadow can agree on that.
That's
The fact that she doesn't set herself for free is fine because it's a good way to prevent looping into the Mirage Zone. However, the fact that she doesn't summon herself for free hurts quite a bit as well.
Trying to copy the link here.
And since her mouse is limited to 1 and 2, it's a bit more restrictive than usual, so it's difficult to, I'll say it's slightly more difficult to use her. You may play her, you may not, depending on how you use it.
Okay, so I think this last pack should be an extra, so let's see what we get.
our math is
Okay, let me see if
coming.
there's a Zara first. Oh, okay, got Zara. Okay, this is an extra, right? Okay. So, Mr. Edric, you were saying that we'll see the strength, right? So here's our strength.
Oh, is it here?
And we have the normal art of the strength.
Did he predict did they predict the future?
He actually called the last extra out. Wow. Hey, can we not have this, please? I would like to have more Megiddo Zora, thank you very much. I would like to have more Megiddo Zora, thank you very much.
Wait, isn't that the justice, not the strength?
Oh yeah, the justice, whoops.
Brandon, hold on. Shut up.
Choto, brain lag, I forgot this was justice.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
the blue
not
one
the
looks more
strength, but the
justified.
justice.
The blue one looks more justified.
So I'm watching the stream and the stream's lagging a little bit for me. So
Yeah, same
I was like, I heard Brendan say the strength before it appears on the screen. I'm like, eh? What?
Well, because
Sir?
you're in the call with me, so.
Yeah, so so basically I hear you before it shows up on my screen.
No shoot. No shoot, Sherlock. Okay, so box number 2, let's go. Yeah, for box number 1, that was pretty pog. I see.
So
I see my
that's the general. That looks to be what you can expect from a box, which is 3 of the X rares,
Yep,
1 of the campaign X rares for the past Egypt walkers, I believe, and then 1 of the campaign swords, and then the
one campaign
Tensei-
walker, one campaign sword. At least Tensei X or double X actually.
or
Either or.
Tensei X, Double X, or Secret, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's either or here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna speed run from like second box onwards and
Yeah.
only talk
Now
about
we're gonna go burr.
This is where I attempt to burr.
Burr indeed.
Oh look! Oh, this is the first. The big fat turtle. Is it a turtle? It looks like a turtle. Is this a turtle, Jungle?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Which one is it? Oh, isn't it a whale? I thought it's a whale.
Oh,
Huh?
it's like weird
How is this a whale?
I thought it was a whale. Hold on, let me check.
Bro, the head's right here.
Or is it a shark?
Okay,
This isn't
it's
called
called thing called Moa. The Moa is
Oh, never mind. Isn't it like a dinosaur? It's a
dinosaur, right?
extinct flightless bird.
It's a megalodon, isn't it? Megalodon?
No. It's an extinct flightless bird. It's similar to. It's sort of like a dinosaur, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's a.
There goes
it's
It's like a long necked dinosaur type thing.
yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna continue. speed
Honestly,
running.
Syncoid Moa is very good in my opinion. It's a good defensive tool when set.
Okay, but
And when if you do summon it on attack, it lets you
Oh,
set
another bomb.
set a spirit for free.
okay, so the first extra this time again is Bomb Mask. Wow, that's a lot of purple.
Moa's came from season 8. That's exotic.
Ah, yeah. Oyo. What is
Oh,
this
for
pattern
the
MIC?
stream!
So 2 boxes and 2 bell masks.
Yeah. Okay, so I think Ram would like this one. I think most of us will. also.
Almost. Yes, my nosy senses are tingling.
His runny nose sensors are tingling. So we have overstrength, and then we have the policeman that's here to arrest Ram for all his weird ass streams.
Bombs to
Ricky! Okay, so I think we haven't talked about Ricky yet, so let's quickly run through him. So
Ricky, you're so looking good and fine!
It follows the trend of the green high rarity cards looking like Common Riders.
or like policeman. Okay, so on summon, pluck 5 call from opposing ground walkers to void. You can actually is a Okeru is a Yume, so Omega Brain. On summon attack, heavy exhaust to opposing spirit ultimates. Oh, that's so strong. Wow, so it's come down to attack another 2. That's pretty good. Then level 3 on attack, if you have a green yellow mirage, you flip to the other side. And he looks like the Frontier Beast Mode Digimon, the beetle dude. If you guys still remember. I don't know if you guys remember. Okay, never mind, moving on. So on Tensei attack during this battle, opponent cannot activate burst effects. Summon only once per turn. By paying 2 cost, this spirit can refresh. No, this spirit refreshes. By paying 2 cost, this spirit refreshes. Not bad, not bad. 2 and 2. And then during your attack step, the opponent cannot use cards outside flash timing, right? If they want to use cards outside flash timing, they have to exhaust 2 spirits to do it. Strong. Strong. Pretty strong.
The reason that this card is strong is it locks off traps, which are quite prevalent at the moment.
Yep.
Bloodshed Blade.
But Bloodshed Blade being the most prominent of them at the moment, which is
Burst
the
Wall
end attack step.
Revival.
Hey, I just sold my Bloodshed Blade. Cry. Cry. Okay, so we're gonna. Hey, why is the rare here? I need to be careful where I put the rares because the rares are actually harder to find than the X rares. Funny enough. Okay, speed running. Ooh, Realman Revive, my third piece. Realman Revive, strongest red rare. Oh, it's a rare. Oh, I thought it was a common. Wow, Sedge. Ooh.
You wish.
Human Revived allows for some pretty scary things to happen.
Yes, I agree.
Yep. Okay,
It
and then
allows for some pretty scary things to happen.
our cutest boy from the Pass Walker lineup, Pass Horus. So Pass Horus, this card is treated as the Grand Walker Horus, like with every other Grand Walker past. And then its reduction symbols can be treated as green instead of alternate sometimes. And then on summon, pump 1 call to trash. Add 1 call from the void to trash. Level 4
The fact that it's a cost 3 that gives you a core on summon and also has a chance to flip, becoming a potential reduction symbol, is extremely strong with this one.
Ooh, then we have Horus Future. What did it do? Heavy exhaust 1.
I believe it
then
bottom
power
deck
1.
something, isn't it?
No, actually. It doesn't, it's just heavy exhaust. The bottom deck is Horus.
Remember?
Not Horus.
Oh yeah, it's a head. It's send 4 from opposing Grand Walk Nexus to reserve, and then add 1 horse to each horse, and then send 3 heavy exhaust, which sometimes might be better. In some cases, not all. In some cases, might be better than like sending it to the trash.
Okay, so we're gonna continue speed running. Rebirth X-Ray more like the space-time police. More the space. E. Oh, we got the Balma Square. Nice.
Masqueria.
Yeah. Whoa! Executioners! So the pattern is like holding strong. It's like we see our X-Ray, then we see the TX, then we see the Pass Walker, then we see the sword. What's this deja vu am I experiencing here? What is this deja vu? What is this deja vu am I experiencing here? This is scary. Okay. Oh wait, we haven't talked about Executioners yet, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So Executioners X. 不死 Immortality, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, Immortality 2468. So
Wishy.
when your spirits of those costs are destroyed, you can summon it. You have to pay the cost,
Yeah, you have to pay
and
the cost.
on attack, you get a deadly balance effect.
Espada Deadly Balance.
Oh.
Espada Deadly Balance, let's go.
I mean, I guess you could use this to force proc the Tensei, I guess.
Okay, no, I don't think you can.
Is it possible?
It says you can destroy it, because it says when the spirit is destroyed, you can separate it from
Oh,
the
this
spirit.
one doesn't say by opponent. Okay. I guess that's the strength of it. You can hit yourself.
Yeah, but let me check the
Okay,
flip
that
side though. When it flips, you destroy an opposing exhausted spirit ultimate.
Yep.
And then when it's destroyed, you can discard a random card from the opposing hand. If that's an ultimate, a brave, or a nexus, the spirit remains on the field refreshed.
Not
Here's
bad.
the problem with that.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I
it's-
actually recommend if you want to dupe yourself.
The problem is that, okay, here's my only concern with that, is that it doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, it's quite niche.
Because like,
Yeah.
until it has, well, first off, it has to be specifically destroyed. Which sadly, destroyed comes usually, especially with red, comes with a thing, with the line of text afterwards which says, the effects of the destroyed spirit or ultimate cannot activate.
Oh yeah, I forgot
That's-
that exists.
Now,
That's
ignoring
running
that,
around.
it also is, it's like, okay, making your opponent discard a card can be good. That there's the reason why, it's probably one of the reasons why Magnemizer was limited back in the day, and
And now
they eventually banned. But it's,
Yeah, the streams lagging.
Yeah, the string is lagging.
This one,
Yeah,
this
we're
one
back,
is
we're back,
this is
we're
quite-
back.
Yeah, we're back.
resolution garbage.
That's actually so
The
weird.
the Emperor makes his appearance.
Yeah, my favorite
This card has been a topic of polarizing discussion.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
What's
discuss
good
like
about
that, shall
this
we?
card?
Well, because it makes 4 attacks in a row, it can potentially kill you like as soon as it comes out if there's no blockers.
Okay.
The only thing is that,
For red players.
but in contrast, its base BP is not that high.
As you can see here,
So that's supposed to be the drawback.
man's very
Now-
small.
It's difficult to evaluate because in some circumstances, this thing can do, like, the conclusion that a lot of us have come to is that if it goes off really high. But if it doesn't go off, it just kind of flops.
The high is very high, but
Not
the
wrong,
low is
not
very
wrong.
low.
Because if you draw this and your opponent's already, like, sort of not doing well, then this is going to probably be like an instant finisher. But if
Also,
you
it's a
draw
double
this,
hand situation.
and your opponent has like enough blockers up and things to do, this is not going to do anything for you.
That being said, it is still not a decent drop just to use his level 1 skill to keep everything unbounceable.
That is true, because it does have a static level 1 to prevent bouncing to hand and deck, and if something would bounce to hand or deck, you then snipe 1. It's a decent white counter, but white, and to an extent, white more than any. I would say it's aimed at white, but hits a decent amount of things as well.
Why?
Yeah, the Japanese don't really like the Emperor. Yeah,
Uh,
that's true, Hadian.
It counts a lot of yellow and green also.
Yeah.
All the bouncing, and also because that he swings 4 times, right? You put one red wall behind, or like
Yeah.
becomes
One-
the one Emperor and one more, or like a Sea's Glory even. It's like bang 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 bang. Your opponent just
Brendan, just remind me exactly. When the Emperor does his 4 attacks, does it actually end, like, have a battle end in between or no?
no, don't have. End of battle.
Okay,
only
so
procs. End of battle
you only
procs.
get like total 1 end of battle snipe from like a red wall.
Correct. From a red wall, you only have 1. That's why you just leave it to the
Okay.
spirit, then you just two.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I open Astro Dirt. Raw.
And welcome to the most busted
Most
Tensei
busted Tensei
Reverse
Red, I'm
in this
expecting to
set.
get banned in 1 month.
When so on attack, you draw cards equal to the number of Astro Blazers of family on the field, up to a maximum of 3. So this draws you cards,
Poggers.
and then
When your hand
if you have
increase to 4.
isn't it if you have 4 more in hand, you no,
you hit 4
if your
more by
hand
a
would
Machine
increase to
Dragon.
4 or more by a Machine Dragon effect,
Mm-hmm.
or if it would leave the field to the opponent. If you have a Red Mirage set, you can flip. Very easy to flip.
Mm-hmm.
When it flips,
Is the problem.
you summon two Riser or one of the
One
Sensei
Sensei,
Spirit
one Astro
Red
Blazer
White
or
beside
two
itself
Proximity.
without paying the cost. So this means that you can chuck your Astro Dragon onto the field for free.
Or you could chop 2 of this.
This is like
Oh, you
rocket
check.
just jump onto the field.
Now that being said, so this is where I put out our general PSA that you should
Yeah.
not,
right.
if you are not running 0 counter, please do that now.
Actually.
Strongest red card I have seen in like a very
If you
long
are not
time.
playing your 0 counters, why?
Do it now, guys. Start tagging them in.
It's a very strong TR.
Yeah.
Some might say too strong.
When it flips, you win. Says Kisaragi Chrono. Yeah, I think it's usually a game winning scenario.
Kisaragi, I think you are correct in some cases. It depends on what your opponent has. Well, Splash Zapper, Zero. You could use the zero barrier. There's zero counters available, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
You have a lot of zero counters. Just pick
Yeah.
one. Speaking of the Emperor, you right.
Oh my
Or Emperor.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. This card was immediately hated the minute it was revealed. Everybody hated this card.
Every time,
Everybody likes this
every
card.
time I decided to touch something, it becomes the meta.
Everybody hated this card.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
hate this card.
It's made to counter Overstar and yet somehow blows right through that. Like it's like twice as strong.
It's made to counter Overstar and then counters every single white defense.
Goodbye, Diamond Wall. You'll be missed.
It's kind of insane. Exactly how much that one card does.
Yes,
Just
Wong Jun Lik. Yeah, Nova Draw technically works as well, unless they have like red armor for some reason or another. So yeah, strong. Okay, so the X rare we got. I kind of like slipped my hand a bit, but we got Megiddo-chan!
Megiddo Tsura.
Ooh.
Now, Shadow and I have been debating about this card, and we cannot agree on whether this card is better than Magnemizer or worse than Magnemizer. Now, Shadow is of the opinion that this one is better than Magnemizer in the current format. I'm of the opinion that it's not as good as Magnemizer. Post your opinions in the chat. This is a good polarizing discussion.
Samuel, I will give you your chance to explain yourself and then I will explain myself.
Okay. So my personal opinion is that with this card, while it nukes the board, so compare it to Magnemizer, which got rid of Spirits on Ultimate and then got rid of Hand to prevent like any comeback, or to prevent make it harder for the opponent to respond or come back to it. So by sending the core to trash, it also disadvantages your opponents a lot that way. This one just feels like an overall board wipe. Removal of reduction symbols, especially like if it nukes the nexuses, and all that. If it nukes that's going to be really hard to come back from. But having all the cards in your hand available means that, again, like we mentioned before, hand traps are very prevalent in this era of the meta. And also, just in general, being able to, like, your core going back to your reserve, meaning you're able to flash things out right then and there. Things like that make it, at least in my opinion, a lot easier to deal with than Magnemizer. In contrast, is able to set up a game state where it is able to stick around and keep dealing damage.
Okay,
Alright.
my turn.
Alright, let's hear it, Shadow.
Okay, so I will admit Magnemizer is extremely powerful in dealing with the spirits and ultimates on the board, also alongside the cards in your hand. Now, the issue is Magnemizer does not touch your back row. In the current format, your back row is very prevalent. Your nexuses have very powerful skills, worlds, Tensei nexuses that are mostly essentially as good as spirits. And then, Magnemizer touches cards in your hand. Yes, it touches 2 of them. 2 is not the worst thing in the world. And with the things on the board, you still probably can come back. Whereas Megiddo Zora is in the state where, because it has such nice reductions, Real Man Revive can fulfill the 2 ultimate, the summon condition is not difficult. If your opponent manages to slap it down quickly, and unlike Magnemizer you can play 3 copies, so you probably can get it consistently, your opponent slaps down the copy, burns your whole board. Even with cards in your hand, you might not have the time, the resources to mount the comeback before, Megiddo, and if you can't get rid of the Megiddo Zora, it's just gonna burn whatever you build up again in the next round. So, yeah.
Okay, so we got a question from Hadian whether Alex will activate before or after before the 4 attacks of the Emperor finishes, and yeah, Ren did answer that.
Yeah,
Last
Yeah,
time.
I believe Rev is correct. Is because even though you hit the life, the battle doesn't end the battle before
It
moving
just
on to
straight
the
away
next attack.
punches you again.
It just declares and continues moving on.
It doesn't
So-
declare the attack, Jungle. It's different. It don't declare the attack. Because if you declare the attack,
Or rather, it attacks. How I don't exactly know how the attack process works.
No, it just whack.
The battle doesn't end, and since Alex says after the battle ends, it has to wait until Emperor's done completely finished.
So the timing would be Emperor will attack. On life decrease, you can open your Alex. Then the Emperor will continue until it finishes all its attacks, and that is the end of the battle where the attack ends.
Because Alex is a delay trigger waiting for the end of the battle, but if the end of the battle still takes a long time, it won't save you.
Well, it might. You can block with Alex.
I mean, yeah, you can block with Alex and maybe it'll stop. And I mean, what's Alex's max BP? Isn't it like 8 if you're playing the 6-cost one?
Yeah, you can tie and
You can block a level 2 Emperor.
Level 2 Emperor is also 8k, so theoretically, if your opponent doesn't have anything, you could
To a
tie
side pack. Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Imaginary Beast TR. New defensive option for Ra, I guess. Now that what's his name?
I don't. I don't.
Segmatum
It's like
got
it's
limited.
okay for Ra, but I don't know how much Ra likes it.
I like there's a 2-2 also.
By the way, that same ruling will apply to any card which they end the attack step with the Emperor. You'll have to wait until the Emperor finishes its battle until
And
the effect will kick in to end the attack step. Because almost a majority of end attack step effects say after this battle is over, the only ones are effects which will have effects which worded immediately end the attack step, which are cards like Closed Gemini and the Death Dragon one.
Rock
Yeah.
Aside from those two, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to find a way to cut off the attack if you are desperately needing that battle to be over. Yes, the White Nexus. I'm pretty big. I like this card a lot.
I like it too. I like it not in. I like it not on the table.
I'm really scared of the card already.
Okay, so
So,
what it does.
On opposing turn, it gives you the infamous effect, which your life can only be reduced by 1 per each opposing spirit and ultimate. And then when your effect sets a Mirage, or it leaves, if this would leave the field, you can clip it. And then it has a potential to core boost you a maximum of 3 when it flips. And at the start of the opposing attack step, you can set a Mirage, a white spirit Mirage for free, and then bottom deck something on the opposing field. So I'm very excited about this one. Yes, as with all things, Dragon's Mirage does deal with this card. But I feel like this is one of, like, if there are other targets, this is not going to be your priority right off the bat.
Not wrong.
How to fight red?
Rip the hand. Rip their box.
Well, pray that they got a
they
somewhat
rip
tricky
their
start, and then go as fast as you can.
The word is called rush them.
So with Dragon's Mirage, I'm assuming you're asking how do you fight red when your nexuses are going to keep getting nuked up. The answer to that is just to try and maintain your reduction symbols via spirits as much as possible, as well as making because with Dragon's Mirage, because the other thing to consider is that they don't have an infinite supply of machine dragons to keep dropping for the effect. So the best solution would be for you to try and try and play your nexuses out and make it so that they have to choose the best ones for them to pick to get rid of, because if you have enough of them out, they're not going to be able to discard enough because they have to discard cards, which means they also have to recover. Discarding cards means that's a card they can't use on the field. They can't summon it. They can't play with it. So you have to make it so that there are cards that they want gone, and then there are cards that are less important which they don't want gone as fast, and that gives you time to play.
I would say though, the amount of ammunition they have to throw away has greatly increased.
Has increased with this set, but I think it still ends up being they're not going to nuke your entire back row by discarding 5 cards.
Not with Dragon Mirage, but they do
Yes.
have other
With
ways.
other cards, with Dragon's Mirage, no, but with other cards, yes.
Shining Sword, my diamond.
Shining
So much,
diamond.
Airborne.
Hey, look, Shadow's favorite angel.
Hey, the Master Rare Angel. Alright.
Come, Shadow, please explain.
Okay, so this is the Egypt Angelic.
Yep.
Yep.
The Egyptian Great Angelic Aziel. So she is in the line of. Well, okay, she's the first in her line, and she's an ultimate card, but she's also treated as a magic card. So you can flash her out as a magic card. During the turn, every opposing spirit can't attack. And then instead of sending it to trash, you can summon her without paying the cost. She still has to follow her summon condition, which is your life has to be 2 or more, which is not too bad, quite easy to fulfill. And if you manage to keep on the highest level during your attack step, when you're yellow-green Lysate, Spirit is attack. It's the other one. What's that?
Sensei.
When your yellow-green Sensei Spirit is attacking, neither player can use non-yellow magic cards. So it's kind of like a hand lock. Very useful.
It's okay. So it's actually quite interesting because this is the first Egyptian Ultimate Angelia card, which instead of the traditional 6 life or less condition, it actually is a 2 life or more condition. Because up until this point, almost all of the Egyptian Angelia Ultimates have had a condition of 6 life or less, which is fairly interesting.
It is so handy for like updated Divine Spirit.
It's very welcome to the ISIS deck.
It's also very welcome to the rest of the yellow deck.
Yeah. In general, it's like because it shuts down almost any spirit which doesn't have immunity, which in a lot of cases it's gonna at least buy you a turn.
Ultimate immunity is rarer than usual.
Yeah.
That being said, magic immunity on the other hand.
But at worst you also get a base 10k body on field, which isn't bad.
Which is it's not.
My friend, the group as a collective jokes that this was a Link Joker angel.
Link Joke!
This is Link Joker.
God, that's hard.
Yes, okay, so this is the Tensei Rare, the Angelia Millennial. Tensei Rare 5 cost. She has.
It's a very interesting card.
It's okay card.
Yeah.
She can rebirth when she attacks. If you have a yellow-green set, you can flip the spirit. On level 1-2, when she attacks, she can also return a level 1 spirit to the opposing hand. Quite a limited skill since it only targets level 1s, but okay. On her level 2, she can send 5 calls from any opposing Grandwalker Nexus to the void. It's okay. On her B side is where true value comes out though. When she Tensei, she returns a level 2 opposing spirit to bottom deck. Once again, a bit limited since she only targets level 2 specifically, but
Awful part is the level 2 effect.
yeah, we get around. But the important part, yes, as Django mentioned, is the level 2. During your attack step, your opponent can't end the attack step.
No, Diana and Mia, you are not late. We are still quite early, we are like in the second box.
Yeah, we're still quite early. We're only on the second box.
Also, once per turn, after a flash effect, beside your during set effects of your Mirage, once the magic resolves, you can refresh the spirit and draw a card from bottom deck. So most importantly, the skill
And attack step.
unend attack step is what you want from the card.
Shadow celebrated when this card was revealed. It's like, yes, yellow finally cannot end attack step.
So long for it cannot end attack step.
I pray, and right now there's a card really so useful for all yellow players.
Kisaragi, I'll get to your question. So, and at least from what I've seen for white, the strategy seems to be it's very machine beast, where it's going to be a decent amount of spam, and you're going to try and filter use your Mirage filtering in order to get basically draw your machine beasts and get them to your hand, and then swap them in and out over and over. Especially with the X rare, where it allows you to have your machine beast spirits, the Mirage effects are active while they're on the field. Personally, the way that I've been thinking on building the set is to use it with Artemis, which is the one of the very first Grandwalkers for Machine Beasts, and then use cards which came with her, like the Burst to summon the Machine Beast for 1 cost, and similar cards like that. and to use that as a collective engine in order to get the deck to work to punch harder. But that's what I've been doing. That's at least that's been my idea for the deck.
Hey, Carl, here your
might have a
snake.
different one, though.
Ask Osiris.
And talking about the old Grandwalkers, this is the rebirth form of another one of the very first Grandwalkers, past Osiris.
Osiris. Okay, so what he does
Isn't it? He summon you, draw a card.
On summon, draw a card.
It flips on the same conditions as all your other past walkers.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
but it's level 2. A lot of people complain that he was a level 2 Tensei. Sag.
So you haven't seen the yellow ones.
You haven't seen past Aphrodite yet?
You haven't seen past Aphrodite or past Ra.
Yeah, sadly.
When
Okay,
it's
then the
reborn, you
flip
can
side-
summon a cost 3 or less Rides or Dark Snake family
Snake.
spirit from your trash without paying the cost. Or you can add 2 cores from the void to any Osiris named Grandwalker Nexus you control.
Juice.
And then flash either attack step, grand skill 3, send 2 cores from the opposing spirit or ultimate to the reserve and to the trash, 1 to each area.
Very nice.
So it's not bad. It's kind of like a combination of Osiris, because if you recall, Osiris had 2 grand skills, 1 to send core to reserve and 1 to send core to trash. So it kind of meets in the middle and combines both.
Yep. Okay, so I see
not
that.
bad.
Okay, so we open our second Megiddo.
Sadly, the problem with future Osiris is that because snakes do quite a decent amount of spamming, and the future walkers only charge once per turn, it kind of limits it, unfortunately.
I think many people find Osiris lackluster.
Yeah. Kisaragi, yes, Artemis Tree you would still play Artemis Tree. You would, and even though Nexuses do get nuked, the best strategy would just be to hold it back until you have something that you want to throw out.
White Ultimate Tour.
Oh, that's for Thor.
And we have our second Executioner's Blade, which, as we've discussed, feels a bit underwhelming, unfortunately.
Yep. So,
Wait, Tom is still exists?
Total Expert. Explain.
Oh, okay. Remember you there? Soft player?
I can't Nippon.
What do you mean you can't pawn?
I will do it then.
I can do it.
It's Nippon.
Okay, Shadow, go for it.
I am totally a top player and very well versed in it, so
I know, right? My student.
This one is pretty good. I like this.
The Hero Good Cavalry Space Mafkat.
Mafkat.
It is both an ultimate and also it has a Mirage skill. So first I'll go to the Mirage skill. For 2 cost and 1 white reduction, you said it, so it's a pretty cheap Mirage. And during either attacks, when opposing spirits are returned to hand or deck, you put a call from void to your reserve. Extremely strong, because white bounces everything and anything. For every time you have an instance of bounce, you get a call for free. Excellent. Then level 3/4, when this spirit is summoned, you send 4 calls from any opposing Groundwalker Nexus to the void. Okay, it's a nice addition to have. When attacks or when blocks on level 4, you return the opposing spirit with 1 call on it to the hand. So as an ultimate, it has okay skills. Send some calls from Groundwalker Nexus to the void, bounce a few spirits. As a Mirage, the thing is insane. Every time you bounce, you gain free call.
Every time you bounce, you gain 1 core.
Yeah.
1 call. But
Now that being said, especially in a white deck, gaining 1 core every time you bounce something is pretty insane.
it's as free as it comes.
Yeah, as it's free as it comes.
White thing.
So yes, this is overall a very good card, very solid.
In a deck like total cost,
I would say that, especially with its condition of life 2 or more as a summon condition, this will even be played in decks which a non-soft deck. This will be played in if you have space in a white deck, you might have a space to play this.
Might want to censor the skill text on the strength here. The art a bit too enticing really.
Ayo, it's fine. I think it's okay.
Yeah, bit.
This okay.
Yeah,
I don't know what to think about the strength. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, John, I'll let you do this.
So the strength has 3 abilities. The first is that it's a return to mill. So on attack, it mills 10 cards. It mills 10 cards, and if you discard 10 or more, it's fixed at 0 symptoms. It becomes a 0 symptom. So it does the Poseidon thing, where it doesn't actually hit you. Which is surprising considering this card's name is Strength. And then it has a flash effect. During your attack step, you can discard one of your set cards, and you can have a maximum of 2, being your set Mirage and your Burst. Those are both set cards. You can discard one of your set cards, and if it's a blue card, you can refresh the Spirit. And then level 3, when attacks, by discarding one of your set cards, discard a magic card on the opposing field. Now that last effect seems a little bit strange, but it's actually to deal with anti-deck destruction magics that set themselves on the field. Now the concern, now I don't know what to feel about this card, because it feels like it's trying to like say come back to mill, even though we've already experienced Poseidon and its vanishing tactics, which I would argue in a decent amount of cases is actually better than milling, especially against purple decks. So I don't know what to feel about this card, I'll be honest.
I would just add in, due to how the new Space Pirates work, although you might not play this in the Space Pirate deck, but on the off chance that you do, right now their draw engine and their core boosting engine is actually quite solid, so getting this out quickly might not be as difficult as it seems, so you could potentially just quickly speed this out and just start milling your opponent's deck from early on, which denies them a lot of their cards in the deck, you know.
And look, we opened into the blue ultimate Omoikane.
Oh.
Sad, his name was.
Yes, Sado. On summon, he summons one Beast Head ultimate card without paying the cost. Fun.
Yo, gee, I wonder
You get to summon your Typhon for free!
You get
It's
to
a
summon
free
your
card,
Typhon
man.
for free!
Oh gee, I wonder what I would summon from this card.
Now that being
Boy.
said, a free Typhon is nothing to scoff at.
I would also like to mention, you can summon or deploy if these are from your hand without paying the cost.
How would you deploy?
You got the Shark Nexus as well.
Yeah, the Shark Nexus onto the board.
Oh,
But that being
yeah.
said, you would probably hopefully have that card on the board already.
Hopefully,
Hopefully. But it gives you a lot of that on summon has a lot of options. And then the on-attack effect, whenever a Beast Head family ultimate attacks, add a core to a Grandwalker set you control or a Nexus you control. So at best it's core boost. At worst, it's charging your set to charge that Grand Skill or Grand Field.
If your opponent doesn't remove it quickly and your Typhon
Hello, Sai.
attacks, you know, you could get a bunch of calls on it.
Woo! Shadow your favorite.
Yeah. And here is Huanglong.
What he does?
Huanglong is very good.
Here we go, it's time.
Shadow, take it away.
Shadow, it is time.
The
It is
Star
time.
Divine Yellow Dragon. One look up. It stands for Yellow Dragon, but okay. Let's go into his level 1, 2, 3 skill first. Very basic skill. On attack, once per turn, you can put a Carton Void to your life and refresh an imaginary beast family spirit you control. Most of the time, you would refresh himself because he's a double symbol, making him a very powerful beat stick. And also, he has quite nice reductions for being an 8 cost. He has 5 reductions, so you could at best spawn him out for 3 costs and have him swing for 2 symbols, restand himself, gain a life plus another 2 symbols.
Oh, that card is handy.
Furthermore, he has a level 3 skill, Counter Break 5. When attacked, you can send 5 counters from your counter area to the void, so there's a high chance you go back to 0. When you have done so, during this turn, every opposing spirit ultimate cannot block, and the opponent cannot use non-yellow magic cards or exile from their hand or from their open zone. Counter Break can only be used once per turn. So,
You mean once per game?
once per game. Yeah.
That being said, if the game goes long enough that you get another 5 counters, I don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
I think that's not broken already.
Before you mentioned that, Jungle, this is the deck that gains a bajillion life. The game might actually go that long.
Oh no, I would argue by that time, shouldn't you have killed them?
Yes, but mirror match and nonsense.
Yeah, but the mirror
But all the
match.
chances you see mirror
Like
matches,
if you signed up to a mirror match, you both agreed that you were gonna be sitting there for 3 hours.
No, if it's a tournament setting, you did not agree to this.
The Huatlong, his advantages first. In his name, he has the Sayday, I think that's
Yeah,
the
or
basically
Starting
in the starting line. So he can combo one with Carbuncle, which came with the set. Carbuncle, when he 10 says he can summon a starting line without paying the cost, so you can spawn him potentially quite early on. And then if you don't get Carbuncle, you can also hard spawn him for 3 costs, which is not too bad. His count break is certainly strong. Count break will probably be used for a finisher. He resets your counters, which also allows you to tensei more, which in the terms of the yellow imaginary beast deck or even in Demeter, we tensei a lot. We gain counters quickly. We need to reset our counters.
Oh, finally, I'm seeing more Astro Dirts. Please.
At the very worst, you use him as a beat stick for his level 1, 2, 3. Very good card. Alright, we move on.
Okay,
Yes.
I think this is the first box that we missed because I didn't see any like TX or secret unless hold up. As I was about to say that, I saw.
What do you mean? What do you mean we missed? What did we miss?
No. I thought we missed on the TX or secret until I took a sneak peek at the back of the card.
Don't speak too soon, sir.
Okay.
The best is yet to come.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Cal, how do you feel?
It's for me.
It is for me.
Is the strength.
It's
This one isn't as far as secrets go. It's not the worst one to get.
It's
It's the nicest one though. A bit the need to censor, but like
I still think the strength as a card is questionable, but the art the card looks good. So
the card
that's what
looks
means
good. Wife
So-
attacks. Okay, so we're now on box number 4. Wow, we opening. I need to speed up. I actually need to speed up.
Yes, we've been sitting here for almost half an hour, 10 minutes.
1 hour already, bro.
Trying to
How long has
stand
it
up
been
my rank.
Okay, time to rush me.
We've been sitting here for an hour.
Time to rush me.
Hey, Brandon, just open until you hit new cards that you think are worth talking. We can have a random conversation.
We just have a random conversation and
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Okay, well.
Well, that was fast.
Guess I
Wow.
cry.
Secret prequel.
Guess I cry.
Oh, it's
I cry.
Prequel secret.
yeah, boy!
So our 2 secrets for the box are yellow and blue.
No, it's not one box 2 actually. Yeah, I opened the second box.
Alright, so
No, it's 2 separate boxes, guys.
No, this is the second box. Yeah, this is the second box.
This is another box.
I guess we shall explain Prequel. So Prequel is
Yes.
your little X-Rare for this set. She plays towards the Divine Spirit and the Mirage mechanic. She has special skill Mirage Flash, green or yellow. During the attack step, you can once per turn flash. By putting a call from the void to your life, you activate the flash effect of your Mirage card, magic card in the Mirage zone. Without paying the cost. Importantly, without paying the cost.
Without paying the cost.
And her level 2-3, when she attacks, you can also immediately use a green-yellow magic card from your hand without paying the cost.
Without paying the
I
cost.
love seeing the decks without paying the cost. And importantly, her level 3 skill, when she attacks, after a flash effect, besides the during set effects, of your green and yellow magic resolves, during the battle she gains an extra yellow symbol. So how you would build her is probably put her in the deck with many magic, which the whole set provides. You attack, you play all your magic, for each one she gains a symbol, and then you hit your opponent with many symbols in a single go. Yeah,
That is the plan.
that is the plan. Whether the plan goes well...
Well, there are other synergies you can take advantage of as well.
And ooh, I see a midnight sun.
Nice.
Ah, yes. Well, let's talk about Midnight Sun for a moment. I think Midnight Sun has unfortunately gotten a bit of a downgrade.
Oh.
Personally. So if you go back to the previous version of Midnight Sun, which was the revival version, it has the actual effect to bounce the Spirit Ultimate to a hand, and then it has the standard armor effect. This one is just, it has the armor on on the A side, and then it flips it, and then at the end of battle, I think. Hold on, let me check.
No, if it is the usual.
So it's red, purple, white, yellow. So it mixes up the colors. So it used to be red, green, white, yellow, I think. No, red, green, blue,
Everything
yellow.
else except for white and purple.
Yeah, it used to be red, green, blue, yellow. So they mixed up the colors, and then when it would leave the field to the opponent, you separate and flip the break. On the flip side, you bottom deck something, and then it's Ultra Armor red, purple, white, yellow. But unfortunately, I feel like it is a double symbol spirit, which is something. But I do feel that it's not as good as the versatility of the Axel version, unfortunately. It has its uses, but I don't know if it's as good, in my opinion.
Holy shit, I only just noticed that it's double symbol.
Oh, same.
White con. Can I white con?
Shit.
Please, anyone give freedom, please? Thank you.
Oh, we hit something. Toto expert.
Okay,
You big beater. Hello, do you want to do this one or should I?
Yeah, I am clearly a total expert, so I shall handle it.
Okay, go for it.
I am not a total expert in my
Okay, I'll do it then. So when this ultimate gets summoned, you return every opposing nexus to the deck card. And if you have a set card, which as described before means either a burst or a mirage, you send every core from every opposing Grandwalker nexus to the void. And when it attacks, for each of your set cards, discard a random card from the opposing hand. So this is a few different things at once. This is the count break for white that was last set without the life burn. This is Grandwalker, slowing Grandwalkers down, not really removing them, but slowing them down. And on attack, if at maximum potential, it is a Magnemizer with a triple hit. It's not bad.
You could see it in Thoth, because Thoth can free spawn ultimate, so it's not that difficult to actually get him out. So you could see it potentially being played.
Yeah, you could see potential usage because Thoth does have ways to get their ultimates out. And Thoth can stick with, has ways of adding reduction symbols and things like that, so it's not too hard to summon out in Thoth.
At the same time.
I would say though that in order to make this card useful though, you do need to get that level 4/5 off at least once or twice. Also, fun fact for those which don't know, in ancient Egyptian language, the name of this card, which is Striker Hassel means to drive away or to expel.
Oh, I like that's the way to say that.
Is it time for me to kill the 学猫叫?
Okay, I have many things to say about this card, but I shall condense them into a...
Okay, go for it, Shadow. The floor is yours.
If you get to remember the terrifying card that is called Small Foots, now you transform it into a Grandwalker.
Oh yes, this is so. Historically, you have been allowed to play 20 small things in the deck. Then we got the 3 idle things, which were able to be counted separately. So you could play technically 23 small things. This is small things 24, 25, and 26.
Okay. On attack, he does what every small thing does, which is summon imaginary beast family spirit card from your hand. If you can, so draw a card. So it's just a small thing, another small thing.
We'll get to the Machine Beast X in a minute.
He's on level 3. His rebuff is unfortunately at level 3, which is quite high. Imagine complaining about level 2 Tensei when you need level 3. But it only Tenseis when your spirit will leave the field due to the opponent. Unlike the rest of the Grandwalkers, where if you decrease the opponent's life, it will Tensei. Ra only Tenseis when your spirit has left the field. So a bit more specific. On the flip side, he has a Grand Field. When your imaginary beast family spirits are destroyed by the opponent, you can put a call to any Ra named Grandwalker you control, so himself or maybe the original Ra. Then Grand Field, level 2, on the opposing attack step, when the spirit ultimate attacked by sending 3 calls from this nexus to the void, you can summon an imaginary beast family spirit card from your hand. This doesn't trigger call check. So at the start of the opponent attack step, when your opponent's spirit ultimate attacks, you can perhaps summon a blocker or summon something that, I don't know, use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
Okay, so
Alright.
So what about the white
while we were talking about past Ra, the Machine Beast X showed up. Alright, so I'll go through my thoughts on this card. So it's fairly interesting by allowing the cards on your field to have the spirits on your field to have their mirage effects prop. I think that's actually quite unique. And then the new elusive armor keyword basically just means it's unblockable and it has heavy armor. So welcome to another round of Bandai inventing new keywords for existing effects. It's just kind of decent. It's as I mentioned before, I'm planning to potentially try and build this as a new machine beast with Artemis. So I'll let you know how that goes. But overall, I think it's just relatively solid.
Oh, guys, I think I figured out how to pluck out secret from Carton already. I'm going to do secret hunting.
Oh my god.
What is?
I figured out the pattern already.
Okay, don't mention it on stream, but maybe DM it later.
I'll tell the rest of them later.
We shall not reveal the secrets. The secrets
What do you
will not be
mean?
revealed there.
Okay, we have a question by
But hey, that's just a theory.
Alright.
okay, we have a question by
Hajan has a question.
how much do you guys think that the new Tensei TXR, Tensei Red?
The Tensei X-ray for they're basically weld realm. How many pieces do you run? How many pieces of weld realm do you run? Oh, Megiddo.
Okay,
My answer?
Let me think about that for a minute.
I'd say 2 to 3.
I would say 2 to 3 because I think it's up to personal preference.
Yes.
I would say just because I don't. It depends on how many cards you feasibly feel you can like ditch to it, and how consistently you want to see it for that effect. The draw power that it's gained this set is pretty decent. I'll give it that. But overall, the question the question you need to ask is, how consistently do you feel like you'll be able to send Machine Dragon cards back without hurting your game plan? I think that's the best way to answer that question.
Ram himself, for then it usually draws you about 2 cards when reborn and then he attacks, so you get 2. So realistically, you with his on summon skill and his flash skill, you could destroy about 3 things. If you want to net 0 cards, but on the other hand, you could just use him as draw engine if you don't have anything to destroy, which is also once again not too bad. So
or if you have rocket draw.
So it's arguably up to personal preference. 2 to 3, I think, would be good.
Test the deck if you feel you need more, go for more. If you don't need,
Exactly. Yeah.
Personally,
At the end of the day, testing will decide exactly what you think, what you need.
I so far tried 2 is the sweet spot.
Two is the sweet spot for
2
you.
is the sweet spot.
Well, it's also up to player.
You rather
How you
see-
play will also depend.
Yeah,
Just
right.
now-
But the thing is, I rather see Ashra than him, so.
Just now we also missed the question by Kisaragi Chrono. How is green this set with Justice Flash effect?
Without having flash effects from Justice effect. Yeah. Locking off the flash effects. How is green? I think green is okay. The funny thing though is that they don't run Justice. They don't run the Justice.
Okay, okay, so let's go over the Justice little bit by little bit, because I actually don't think we've actually gone over it. So
We haven't gone over the card, we opened it.
Yeah, so the Justice, the card the Spirit gains the Blade, Insect, and Divine Spirit family. Which is okay. It's supposed to fit with the green-yellow deck. Daise Sensei deck, so it's fine. When summoned, you can accept one, leaving off an opposing Spirit ultimate, heavy exhaust every other opposing Spirit ultimate. Okay, so this is a fairly powerful effect by you. It's not quite as good as a board wipe, but in some cases this can be still very disruptive.
Selective board wipe.
You keep the rocket draw alive and heavy exhaust everything else. So it can be very disruptive for a couple turns. It's not quite as good as nuking it, but in some cases it can be better. So not too bad. Level 2 your attack step. When your green and yellow rides, it costs 6 or 8. Rides or Sensei family spirit attacks by paying 3 cost. During this battle, neither player can use cards from their hand during the flash time. Alright, so Shadow, you played the green yellow Rides Sensei deck last set. How do you think that the deck accommodates with this, if at all?
In terms of the yellow one, I say you would probably not run it because you don't have enough call to spend for the pay 3 costs. At least definitely not early on. For the green deck, it is difficult to see. I have not tried the new support for this set, so I can't tell you how much core you gain from this set. 3 cost it's not a light cost. It's pretty much an entire spirit that you have to advanced spirit's worth of call that you have to send to the trash. However, I would say it's possible that you can run it because
I think if you're playing more towards the green side of the deck, from what I saw of Shadow playing the deck, the deck seems like if you can like actually go off the deck, core boosts quite a bit. So then it becomes a question of how. Yeah, it becomes a question exactly of how much core do you have spare after you've done all your things.
Yeah, so if you have a lot of core, by all means go for justice.
Yeah.
Screw your opponent over. If you don't have enough core, probably not as reliable and you might want to cut it. Yeah.
And I suppose the other thing to consider is also you're not going to be using that effect on all of the attacks because you probably won't need to. So if you just have 3 core maybe, then you can just do it once on your big swing and that's probably fine.
There is one more card I want to talk about, which Brendan has just unboxed. It's the Master Rare Burst for red.
Oh, okay.
The Master Rare Burst for
red.
red. Let me get to that.
I saw a playback error on my YouTube. The what they call it?
The Ruby Flame Dragon, Genoberg Dragon. This card is
not bad.
insane.
I like it, but I couldn't find space.
It's just put the card on top so we can see.
Alright, so it is we'll start with the burst part. It's a life decrease burst, which says destroy 2 opposing 15k or less BP spirits, and 2 opposing 25k BP or less ultimates. For each one you destroy, you draw a card, and then you burst summon it. And then level 2-3 on the field, when the attacks are blocked, you draw a card. So that's a lot of card draw on a card. It gets better.
Oh, is it handy for some people who play burst decks?
Yes. Well, there's one more line of text.
Oh.
When this set card is discarded by the opponent, if you have a Mirage set, you can activate it, ignoring the burst condition. So, because of that one line of text, that gets around probably one of the most prolific burst discarders in the format right now, which is Spitzer. Because even though Spitzer discards it, you can still activate it.
Yeah, best part, you can
And this card can potentially draw you 5 cards in a turn.
Oh, that's handy.
So it is a very, very good draw engine.
Yeah, it's a handy drawing.
In a best case scenario, it'll draw you 5 cards by destroying 4 things and then you block.
In the worst case scenario, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, which is still great for.
Which is still good. It's like it's a very high downside, which is so.
Hey, we open our second round, guys.
Yep, there's the boy. There's the dragon that pierces the heavens.
$50 card.
Ah.
Okay, so wow, just nice. He was the second last pick. Okay.
But it's not that you'll kill the Spitzer, but rather Spitzer won't stop this, which is the important part here. Because Spitzer up until this card's release, Spitzer was probably, at least if the burst wasn't immune, was probably one of your best ways of getting around the burst.
How Spitzer works is when you declare
the burst.
Activating, your opponent will throw down Spitzer from their hand and discard it before it activates.
So it doesn't actually So just this gets into the rulings and we won't go too far into it. But basically, when you declare a burst, there's that moment after you declare it, but before you flip it up, and that's when Spitzer comes in and at least tries to discard. If it's immune, you then reveal it and say that it can't be discarded, and then you set it back down. But if it's not immune, in that timing it gets discarded and it won't actually activate because it won't flip.
So essentially what this card does is your opponent will say Spitzer, you discard it. You're like, okay, I discard this card. When the card is discarded, I
can still activate it.
Well, I think what Sai is trying to say is that they bring down the Spitzer, they realize, shit, cannot discard, and then now the guy
it turns Spitzer into card draw for you, which is not gonna lie, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
It is like mentioned, it disrupts your opponent's field and lets you draw up a maximum of 5 cards in that turn.
a wise opponent would probably not summon Spritzer if they see this, but sometimes they might be tempted for the core that Spritzer gives, so they would give you the one core just for the.
And I mean, in some cases, that core, like they could use that could still like give them the edge they need, like that 2 core boost. So
Yeah.
it might still be good to have the Spitzer out, but that would be in a scenario where you need that core to do something immediately, and you're not actually looking for a blocker.
Well, there are ways to go around it.
Yeah, but it is a very solid card.
Solid card. I imagine having to deal with that now in the upcoming games.
I mean, that being said, Shadow, you could probably do, like, if you revive it, like, your burst deck probably could use that as well, if you revive your
It
burst deck.
could, however.
And I suppose, I'm also of the opinion that it doesn't actually say Red Mirage, it just says Mirage Set, so I think that maybe this card might see a bit more play outside of the red decks as well.
Yeah, probably the case.
There's too many cards. I need to find a place to put them in.
Just move them off to you, like, unstack them, put the comments into one of the boxes, and unstack, and then sort them later.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Otherwise the thing's gonna topple, and it's gonna be a mess.
Welcome to Jenga.
Welcome to
It's becoming like Jenga.
Jenga the Carton.
Imagine playing Jenga with that thing.
Imagine playing Jenga.
You try to push the card.
So how do you play Jenga? Do you actually do you like just yoink a card out?
Wait, no. You play Jenga, but you mix it with the Tensei Rare and the X Rare. Then if you pull the card, that card's yours.
yo.
If you drop the tower, you have to pay for all the cards in there.
If you drop
That's a bet for me.
that's a oof. That's a oof right there.
Alright. How many boxes are we in now? Is this the 5th box? Feels like the 5th box.
How many Tensei X's have you got there?
2 secrets.
Is there a Musketeer?
2 secrets and 3 Tensei X's, so it should be box 6, isn't it?
Musketeer-like card?
I don't know. That just popped into my mind. Is there a Musketeer-like card in Battle Spirits?
I remember there's investigators.
Investigators, not Musketeers.
No, right?
No.
Yeah.
Is it from a blue color deck or something?
No. I'm just asking if there's
Okay.
one such thing.
Noted.
Noted things.
Noted.
Well, on a topic, since we are still waiting for Brandon to pull new cards.
I don't think there's any more new cards. We kind of went through everything.
I don't think there is a white musketeer card in Battle Spirits.
That's sad.
I don't think so. Or maybe just you would have to check the history books because I don't think there's one recent.
You have to check out the archives.
Yeah, we'd have to check the archives. For
These
that one.
hits used to look like musketeers apparently.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, he's saying Musketeers look ugly.
Oh,
Ah?
A certain friend of ours in the call right now takes high offense to that.
we haven't seen the double X's so far, right?
Sorry?
I'm personally not a fan of the musketeer vibe, or at least like the design, like design wise. I can understand why people enjoy it, but personally I'm not.
Okay, we finally get a new card.
Oh, a new card.
See, this is over Emperor.
Oh no, we already talked about Over Emperor, didn't we?
But below.
Oh, below. What's below?
Blue Tensei X.
Oh, it's Gary Davies.
Jaga Lei handle this one.
Okay,
How about
so
Carl?
this
Carl?
is a spice pirate card called Gary Harius. Now, on attack, level 1, so it has a rebirth on it when it attacks. If you have a purple or blue Mirage set, you can flip it. And level 1/2, when it attacks, you can set a purple or blue Nexus you control that has a Mirage effect without paying the cost. When you do, return the Mirage that you've originally set to the hand. When this effect sets, put 2 core from the void to your field. So this allows you to basically put a Nexus into your Mirage zone.
From
Which
your
is-
field.
Yeah, on your field, which is pretty good. And core boost 2.
2 turn kills, let's
What more do I
go.
need to say? Core boost 2.
The flip side.
Blue core
When it flips, so when reborn or attack, you can deploy a purple or blue cost 4 or less nexus from your hand or trash without paying the cost. When you've done so, you can destroy an opposing cost 7 or less spirit. So, in an ideal world, you swap one of your field nexuses with a Nexus Mirage that you've already set. You bounce that one to your hand, core boost 2 to your field. You flip it, you put down the one that you just returned to your hand onto the field, and you nuke a cost 7.
Spicy.
And then the level 2/3 when it attacks. At the end of battle, for each 2 space pirate named spirits or nexuses you control, send an opposing life to the reserve, maximum of 3.
Why does this thing exist?
Now, the main, I would say that the main value of this is in the when reborn attacks. Level 2/3, you're probably, I'd say you're looking at a range of maybe 1 to 2 maximum. You're probably not going to get 3 unless you're already winning. But the main value is with that when reborn attack, because it allows you to get recursion for all of your Nexus cards essentially. And this is not limited to any, it doesn't have any stipulations at all, so no, it doesn't need to have a Mirage effect, it doesn't need to be a Rebirth Nexus, it can be any purple or blue cost 4 or less Nexus card from hand or trash. So, very, very strong. Allows for a lot of recursion.
So his A-side looks like a musketeer.
Sai, you can return Bone Shark, but it gives you a lot of options. It doesn't only restrict you to returning Rebirth Nexuses.
Well, technically, to be fair, Bone Shark is the best one to return.
Bone Shark is probably one of the better ones to return, but it's not your only option.
For a 5 cost, it gives you core boost, it gives you reset Mirage, it gives you Nexuses, it turns into a finisher, it's a lot of good things into one card.
I shall say this one time and I shall say this again. New Green Ram toys.
Someone silence this man and his green ram.
Hey, what the? Hello there! In another box, you got another Gary.
General Canoe?
Oh.
Hey, got 2 Gary.
My name is Gary.
My name is Gary and I make Nexuses. Okay, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's only like one card we haven't talked about yet. I think it's this one. Hey, no, not the last one. This one. The Biomass Tensei Rare Spirit. Are you guys This one.
Is it the 6 cost one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Biomass with Viscount Ellen Meyer. This card it's an interesting one for the Nightling. On summon, you send 2 cards from opposing spirit ultimates to the reserve until each of them has 1 card left on it. So basically, you choose 2 things, you move all their cards to the reserve, you leave 1 card on each of them. Then, on attack, level 2, you send same skill as most of the other Tensei cards, you send 5 cards from opposing ground of the Nexus to the void. Then level 1-2, when you attack, if you have a blue or purple Mirage, you can flip. On the flip side, you send 2 cards from opposing spirits or ultimates to the reserve. So the 2 spirits that you just set to 1 card, you can move those 2 cards and those 2 spirits overlap. Then level 2-3, during your attack step, Flash. Once per turn, by destroying another purple spirit you control, summon a Nightling family spirit card that has a lower cost than the destroyed spirit from your trash, without taking the cost. So, it's kind of like, it's good for looping. You can basically just transform one spirit into another, depending on the situation. If you have 2 of him, 1 in trash and 1 on field, you could potentially loop these to increase your counters maybe, if you're trying to get to Gum Shot, or there's a few ways you can use him. It depends on how your deck's built and what you're seeking to achieve.
I see a 3rd strength. Or is that because the second one's a secret?
Can I ask, is it a Worst Walker?
Nah.
No, it's the new family.
Yeah, right, sir.
Okay, so far we hit like only 1 Emperor, I think.
I believe the other thing is by taking it down to 1 core, it also means that Mirage drained from the Biomask X-Rare can pick them off and actually deplete them.
If you choose not to kill them using his own Tensei skill, then you can deal with it using Biomask.
Oh.
Fail Mask.
I see 4 the strength and I'm not feeling so good.
Summon and Darkova Ultimate.
Gone. It's just gone. Dust, ash. That's it.
Okay, so we're now on box number 8, I think. So far hitting what, 5?
How many boxes do we have? Sorry.
Could be 13, I think. 16, isn't it?
16?
16, right? Yeah.
Should be 16, I think.
It is 16, we're halfway there.
Oh my god.
Halfway there.
Oh,
If I continue, we're gonna get copyright strikes.
Oh. Something.
Not gonna get copyright striked. Brendan already did that. So I don't need to do that.
On stream.
Gotta sing a song so well that they thought it's the original one.
Oh yeah.
It means we have a talent for singing.
Start rickrolling everyone.
There's the second pass, easy star.
Actually gonna get copyright strike.
Just wanna check.
Let's just stop there, okay? Let's just stop there. Bro, I know I'm in need of strength right now, but this is not what I meant.
You need strength in something.
Will we get copyright strike if we sing the other version?
Which one?
Another version?
Gonna give you.
Yeah.
Gonna let you down. Gonna run around. Desert you. Probably it's still hard. It's probably too similar still. So most likely we will.
Copy. Right.
Make you cry.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, so far not many the new card. I think
we've hit a majority of like the ones to talk about. I think.
Yep. So now it's time for me to speak.
All right. Let's have another discussion question in the chat for everyone who's still listening.
So how do you feel about Rick?
Out of the 6 Oracle spirits which have been revealed so far, how would you rank them from from best to worst? 1 to 6.
Emperor's 1, I feel.
Emperor's 1?
Emperor or Empress? Which one?
Emperor, the red one.
Okay.
I'd say is 1. Yeah. Wait. What are the ones revealed? What are the ones revealed so far?
One is best. One is the best.
We have one for each color.
Yep.
Emperor, Empress. The star.
The
The star, the death.
The justice, the strength.
The justice, the strength. Wow, that one quite debatable. Okay, I'll judge this based on the card itself. Just on the card. Empress 1.
Empress?
Oh.
Empress.
the Drake.
Wait, I'll hold that out. Second, I feel I put the death there. I feel.
Okay.
Oh, our second, the Emperor.
Wait, we forgot to talk about Drake.
Okay, so Kisaragi said star, strength, emperor. You said strength twice, Kisaragi.
Star, strength, Empress.
Sorry, you missed. I know the I know you don't think the empress isn't that good.
But you don't have to.
You don't have to admit it.
I think when he meant like Drake, he meant this dude. I think he meant this. We haven't talked about this.
Oh, the Battle Master Rare.
Is it a duckling?
It's a Nightling.
Nightling, yeah.
Nightling.
The entirety of this set.
This one is the Battle Mask Count Gross. I'm not even gonna try.
Emperor.
Level 1, 2, 3. Your attack step. At the end of your Battle Mask named Spirits battle, if the opposing soul core isn't not in the reserve, send an opposing life to the reserve. This effect doesn't stop. When it attacks, by sending the opposing soul core to the trash, summon a cost 5 or less Nightling family spirit card from your trash without paying the cost. So basically this reads at the end of the battle smack 1.
It's better than the old one.
Yeah, I just realized.
So on attack, you send the soul core to the trash, you summon a cost 5, and then you snipe 1 at the end of battle. Seems good. It doesn't. Okay, and an interesting thing to note, and I might be mistaken on this, so I'll have to get corrected by our rulings judges at some future point maybe. Is it doesn't say where you send it from. So if your opponent's sealed, you could send it to the trash and technically snipe them for 1.
Also, the Drake is apparently it's not the purple card. He's talking about the blue.
Yeah, the blue one. Yeah.
The blue Drake.
I had a look at it. It doesn't seem like, it seems like a decent extender, but it doesn't seem like anything special though.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the card.
I think the most
So, level 1, 2, 3, your blue Mirage's color is also treated as purple. Level 1, 2, 3, your attack step, while you have a Mirage set, each purple or blue Raisa or Sensei family spirit you control is highest level. And at level 3, which I might note, technically a 7 core, but nobody cares because it's the highest level thing. Destroyed opposing cost 8 or less spirit rolls. It's okay, it's nothing special. So it's a decent extender, but nothing special.
I wouldn't say extender, it's a decent, like, mid-game.
Well, it extends your plays. It makes it so you can get your higher things without less.
Well,
Alright, Kizagi has corrected their statement. Star, Strength, Emperor, Justice, Death, Empress.
I'd argue about the star though, because other than it being like very passive and like armor,
I think that
it's just a sitting body.
I'm presuming this is from the worst to the best.
It is the worst to the best.
Well, so Shadow, you believe the Empress is the best of the bunch?
Well, I don't want to say that, but I would rather believe Empress is the best rather than Stars.
Tricky!
Alright. I actually think that he thinks that the Star is the best in his list. Now, alright. So, okay, I'll share my list and then you all can agree or disagree. So, I think that... Let me think. I think... Okay. I technically did ask from ranked 1 to 6, but I think I'm gonna have to put some in tied spots, I think. Alright, so I think that the Death is actually probably one of the better ones.
That I can agree, yeah.
So, but I don't agree that Emperor is the best. I don't think I agree with that opinion.
I think it's just a huge tie-in between the Emperor and the Death, really. Emperor
yeah,
is like you can
and Death sort of are like you can interchange and swap Death and Emperor in slot 1, I think.
I would say Death is more consistent though. Emperor,
Yeah, Death is more consistent. I think the problem that the reason that I don't think that the Emperor is number 1 is just because its upside is good, but its downside is so bad.
Yeah, the Death you kill things and then it can potentially be attacked.
Yeah, so I think Death is probably the best. I put Star at number 2, I think.
Really? Star?
Now the reason for that is it gives you a way to it gives you some card advantage. If it leaves the field, those cards go to your hand, and it gives you immunity, which is kind of everything that White wants, or at least a White deck in general kind of wants. So it's not the worst. It's not. If we're comparing them to the other Oracle Spirit, it's not the worst.
I know I said I wanted strength, but this isn't what I meant.
How many strength have we gotten?
I think this is like 5th or 6th one already.
Alright, once we finish discussing the list, we'll talk about the double X-ray that he's pulled, that's been pulled.
Alright.
Slot 3 for me, I put the Emperor, I think. I think that's where the Emperor sits.
The strength, what the heck?
Like I mentioned, the upside is up, but the downside is very down. Could do a lot, could do basically nothing at all. Number 4, I think, is the Strength. Mostly, alright, see you, Edric. Thanks for dropping by. Strength just because it seems... I don't know, again, like I mentioned when we were discussing the card, I don't know what to feel about the card. It seems like they're trying to get us to go back to mill after banish, and I don't know how that actually works, so it remains to be seen. I mean, I think Justice and Empress kind of like interchange for like the 5th and last slots. Empress is a decent retrieval engine in the deck, so in the green-yellow deck. So I think that's like not the worst.
You see,
and then
is that you have to mill your deck at least.
Yeah, so that's why it's sort of like she's not like I struggle to decide which one's worse, Justice or Empress, which is why I think they sort of swap at the bottom.
It feels like
sorry, give me a second. A skill is good in context of a deck that mills. But none of the decks really mill a lot right now. So currently she sits nearer to the bottom.
Yeah, so yeah, I think just at least from that's sort of the way my list goes at least.
Okay, so a double X.
the double X, yeah.
Sorry, Ren, you want to say something first?
That's fine. You can go on.
So the double X is this one is the Green Future Deity. the future deity bird, Whiteface. There's a joke. There's a joke to be made there that we're not gonna make.
I will make no.
Alright, so once level 1-2 during your main step, once per turn you can exhaust the spirit. When you've done so, put a core from the void to each to 2 Rider or Sensei family spirits you control.
That's combos 2.
And then level 2, when your green Rider or Sensei family spirits would leave the field due to an opposing effect, you can exhaust an opposing spirit. If you have a green Mirage set, you can also add a core from the void to your reserve. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Need I say more?
It is green card burr core boost.
Yes.
The owl's cute.
Yeah. The owl is kind of cute, but it's I will say that I do appreciate that the double X's for the new era have been at least somewhat considerable to play, because we have a long history of garbage double X's. So I would like to make the note that at least this one is like worth considering, which is a nice change.
Cop Nova.
Because yes, it's only being worth considering, but it's still at least being considered.
90% of the rest that you can't.
Shadow and I will both agree on this one. Ultimate Reverse Dragon.
Oh god,
The horror.
Ultimate Reverse Dragon.
The horror.
Reverse Dragon is good copium. Why does anyone play this card copium?
Jungle, I can one up yours.
Okay, guys, I have to go already.
Okay,
Alright, then. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, look who's in the chat.
Oh, we have a wild dweeb.
Hold on.
So what was that one-up card you were talking about?
Anyway. Shadow, what are you gonna want? What's your one-up?
You throw a reverse dragon, I shall one up you with a Guren dragon.
Go Guren!
Go Guren!
Oh my god. Okay, let's talk
I was
about
about to say, like, are you gonna say go Guren? Because if you are, excellent.
excellent.
Uh,
Oh god.
What am I doing?
Rem, can you put a Rem? Actually, you know what, Rem? I'm just gonna do something for you.
What are you gonna do for me?
I'm going to put an S in front of your name. There we go.
Why are you gonna put an S in front of my name?
So that you're above Hayang in the chat.
Okay, I guess I'm
Okay,
top
Brendan,
now.
you can re-expand the window. Rem is in that's in that slot now.
Oh, thank God.
See, this is what we could. So just because Discord orders it alphabetically, we can put an S there in front of Rem's name, and it works.
Hey, my name is Shrub. I'm a Shrub. S Shrub.
Good
I
enough.
am currently scrolling through a certain Reddit of a certain VTuber agency, and I have seen the ultimate pun, which I will not explain to you because it is so mad.
Okay.
Eating
Back
too
to
much
the ASMR of me opening packs. If anyone is having a hard time sleeping, I think this is one of those.
ASMR is supposed to kill your
Can't blame us
ears.
for trying. Can't blame us for trying.
Eating too much cake is the sin of gluttony.
Okay.
However, eating too much pie is okay, because the sign of pi is always 0.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop you right there, son. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Hold on, something's done right here.
Before we get demonetized for
Okay, the first
content
proximate, which was
inappropriation.
War Hit Dragon, that can protect your burst. Alright, yeah. Going back to okay, so Hadian has a question. Do you remember back in BS55 how the double X's that did like protected your burst just randomly hit proximate?
Okay.
No. So here's the problem is that effects like that are difficult to rely upon because they're static. And when it comes down to static abilities like that, it ends up being a question of 1, will they stick around, and 2, do they do anything else while exhibiting that static effect? So for example, let's take something like, what's a good example of a static effect? Someone give me something quick. Justice is during this battle, no flash effects. Technically not quite a static effect, but we'll use that as an example.
Just use Emperor.
So over Emperor, good static effect, and does other things as well. The problem is that the double X's from BS57, the Warhawk Gigan and thing only did protect your burst, and that's kind of all they did, and so because of that, they're not really worth using, unfortunately.
I am sad because I see 7 copies of the strength.
I will put it this way. If your deck is entirely reliant on your burst opening, fine. You are justified.
That being said, that is a good point to make.
Yeah, if your deck entirely relies on your burst opening, and you know, at a certain point in the era, New World was running around a lot. So if your deck desperately without like die, I need to open my burst, fine, you play him.
Shadow speaks from experience here.
However, if your burst is just like an extra, like say, okay, I open my burst and my burst can't open, okay, just move on, then please don't.
Yeah.
Basically, a good way to judge, if you look at your hand, a hand of 5 cards. If
Okay,
4 out
do
of
you
those
die
cards,
if your burst does not open?
if in that 5 card hand, 4 of those cards are burst, and this remains true for the rest of your deck, okay, maybe you're justified in playing.
Hold on,
Again, Shadow speaks from experience here.
So now we're on to box number 11?
Number
11.
3.14.
11? Okay, you've been moving relatively quickly.
Because I am speedrunning.
Brrr.
Because I'm
We haven't seen any of the other double X yet, have we?
The other one, that's the last
There's
one.
only 3
not
double
seen
X's, so I think it's not gonna show up so soon.
That's fair.
If it's not gonna appear in this carton, damn.
That'd be sad. I just lost $100 if I don't open those.
You get the other one.
I mean, I don't mind the bird. I don't mind
The bird is decent core boost though. Like
I can
tap it, add 2-4, and then when your things leave the field, you exhaust something and add a core. I don't know, that's pretty good.
I can put bird in green ramp.
Oh, yeah.
It is green.
The green ramp, the deck that never dies.
There isn't
actually.
it, though.
They just lost their finisher today.
Oh no, they didn't. They lost a finisher.
You see this here, Ram? Nah, it's not gone yet.
They lost a finisher.
Yeah, they lost 1 finisher.
A
think it's a strength
finisher.
and also
Not their finisher. A finisher.
A
Yeah.
finisher.
A finisher.
Okay, speedrunning time.
F in the chat.
As I speedrun, we lose viewers. I cry. Maybe I need to speedrun faster. Okay, ooh, pass all series. Okay, we got 3 Rickies, and I'm scared. I do not want to see another Ricky.
Ricky.
I would prefer that I would see another
You
Rob
just
Rob.
got rickrolled.
Both Rom or Pirate? We'll take Pirate as well.
Yeah, I'll take I'll definitely see 4 pirates. I'd rather see 4 pirates. I guess. So that Cal owes me less money. Cal, are you still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Perhaps.
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 Okay, speedrunning 2.0. I see 7 copies of the strength. Can I finally have 1 for my own deck? Oh.
Yeah, just a direct call out. Not even shade. Just a direct call out.
Hey.
Welt Rom! Welcome
Yeah,
to
2
the
pieces of Veltrom! My life is complete. Okay. Let's just put Veltrom on top because
Alright, while we're on the topic of Green Ramp and its recently banned finisher,
limited.
let's discuss. Actually, this is a topic that we were discussing before the stream started. I guess we continue is call on the cards which are worth actually using in main set decks.
From collab sets.
Yeah, from collab sets specifically. And the condition for being included in this list is that it can't be only one deck. It has to be somewhat general usage.
Let us begin with the
Are we going to do this again?
Yes, we're gonna do this again.
no,
We're
no,
running
no.
out of things to talk Ram unless you
One
talk better
by
idea.
one, let's go. Let's call it off. Why not?
RK Gundam. And while we're at it, Paladin mode.
Those
No duh. Big duh. No duh. More obvious ones. Crimson mode.
Actually, Crimson Mode is only one
Blast mode.
Blast mode. Bezel
Crimson Mode
Belze
technically-
beat Blast mode. What else?
Jacket.
Evil black hole.
Freedom Gundam.
Freedom Gundam.
Legend Gundam.
Chimeramon.
Already been said.
Joker.
I don't think Joker counts though.
And I mean, well, it's more, you can't, I think, when Joker came out, there were a few decks constructed around.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was a few.
Lord Baron.
Lord Baron. Oh yeah, Lord Baron saw a lot of play when it came out.
Yeah.
Mostly because of Amaterasu, wasn't it? Like, it was used as a text
Yes.
Amaterasu.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, box number 12, let's go.
Then what else?
Nazca 2.
Nazca to Dopan.
Mask. Dopato.
Mega Gargomon.
Mega Gargomon. White control. Mega Gargomon.
Yeah.
Imperial Dramon.
Imperial Dramon. Fight
The very first version when it came out.
The one with the very nice secret art.
Zudomon. Zudomon is the mill one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was a couple of decks that used it, but I don't know how much did it actually use them? Like,
It's quite hard because you need a Digimon core to make it very good.
yeah, Digimon Core would be very good, but I think some decks, like there were a couple of decks running around which just chucked it, man.
I mean, if you're running Zunomon, you might as well run the Wisdom Seas King, right?
Yeah, but I think at the time though, like Titus was running around, which was like a much better mill core.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, at the time that was like Titus's heyday. Like when Titus was
Yeah,
at 3 and like you could just like
Grande got limited.
if you had the God Hand, you could mill 30 on turn 1.
Oh my god. Good days.
What crack that you thought?
How do I call this? It's another card. Omegamon.
Omega Mon.
Oh, yeah,
But Omegamon only had one deck dedicated to it, is it not?
Isn't there one? Isn't it Jack who puts Omegamon just into any deck that has admin? Like,
Or any deck with plus 9 cards? Yeah, probably.
yeah, any deck that has Corin, if it has space, he'll put it in. So I think that if that doesn't prove it, I don't know what will.
Alphamon was running around for a while as well.
Yeah, Alphamon was running around.
Alphamon was running around for a long time.
Yep. You're right.
We still see some Ohanimon fall down mode, right?
Yeah, Funimon fall down mode time to time.
Angel Woman. Hey.
Angelmon.
What else?
Do we still see Metal Garu?
Nah, not
No.
anymore.
No, you don't.
Used to be.
Actually, it was used back then with the artists.
Used to be.
Used to be because of the send call to trash skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically Griffin, but faster.
It was used for a while, but it sort of fell out really quickly. It wasn't around for that long.
Well,
Yeah,
good
that's
news is that I'm not seeing that many white X-rays.
Feels bad, man.
No, this is the third one.
Ultraman
We just need Digimon support, just generic support. Maybe you know what? Maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's the secret that you've stumbled on that Bandai wanted us all to ignore. Digimon support wasn't meant to be Digimon support. It's just support for everything, which then supports Digimon.
Hey, guess what? Pyodramon and was it Paladin mode are both Dragon Men.
Oh god.
Yes, you can hard summon the cost 7 with no reduction in your movement deck.
No, I can do it by paying one cost, fool.
Huh?
I can do it by paying one cost.
Oh yeah, you can do it with your the graveyard nexus thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not even the Graveyard Nexus. It's the cost 6.
Cost 6 regular.
Or the graveyard nexus. Either one.
No, the Graveyard Nexus needs to pay 3. That's expensive.
But doesn't it full reduction? It's Persian only
but
4
the
reduction.
is page 3.
Black or Greymon.
Branded 3 is expensive. Also,
Wait, what's that?
We got another
Digimon
strike!
that jumps out from the head with a 15k attacks?
Okay,
Black or Greymon.
That one.
we got a pretty even split on the TXs so far, 3 of each.
Now it's time to see who
Greymon
gets the
got
fourth.
decent amount of.
Now give me a 12 belt round so I can make
Rem
Rem give me money.
Ultraman Geed Galaxy Primitive.
Galaxy Rising.
Galaxy Primitive saw play? Hold on.
No, it's called Galaxy Rising, you fool.
Okay, man, I'm sorry.
White coin cost.
Galaxy Rising.
Oh, white con.
Usually white con, white Evan.
you
Even
can
the
summon it
red
from
deck
hand if
actually
there's any
started
red
using it, funny enough.
What why?
Because
Ultraman
it access
Z
to
Delta
red
Rising
world together
Four.
with the advent.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like together.
I don't know. I guess it can be used, but I don't know if I would use it.
Hey, more elk! Jungle is excited.
Yes, external Watu.
What?
I like Watu.
Watu!
Watu.
Yes,
Watu.
apparently this is an ASMR stream.
Watu.
I put what was the title for the stream? Never ending ASMR because I'm never ending all these packs.
Clearly not.
Never ending story.
Our voices will certainly destroy any experience of it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wah.
Where did you promise the ASMR was coming from, by the way?
I think it's from the packs.
Okay, let's observe like 2 minutes of silence to see whether
2 minutes of
it
silence.
actually works. Shut up.
Hush now, Rem.
That wasn't even 10 seconds.
I'm not gonna make the joke there.
Are we not gonna overreact for this?
That's more? Okay, well done for you.
No, Rem.
Oh wait, hold on. We have to review past issues yet, haven't we?
Oh yeah, no we haven't, that's right.
Right.
It didn't even come out.
Alright, past ISIS.
Wait, I don't wanna get hit by the government for saying ISIS, but okay.
That's ISIS.
Oh yes, past Chili Girl.
This card is very good.
This card is very good. Well, it's decent. Okay, so it is a yellow Tensei with level, like base level Tensei, so that's something. When summoned, you draw a card from the deck bottom. It's also treated as being named the Grandwalker Isis. Symbol reductions are treated as also being yellow. So it lets you play in the Isis deck regarding of your in the Isis deck or Isis deck or whatever you in the Divine Spirit deck. Very good. When you summon this, you can use any of all of your reductions should be able to fill this. It has a standard summoning condition of 6 life or less for angels, so that's good. And then it flips on life decrease, opposing life decrease, or if you leave the field, you flip it into future. It's a Grandwalker Nexus level, cost 4 Grandwalker Nexus if that matters. Its symbol is yellow, but it can also treat it as an ultimate symbol. And when it's reborn, you add a life. And then it has a flash, attacks your attack step. Send a call from your life to this Nexus if you do bottom deck and opposing spirit roll. Only during your attack step. So the A side is pretty good because it draws you a card and it's a cost 5 with fairly decent stats. You flip it, the symbol is good, the life gain is good, the grand scale is very meh. Better? Any thoughts?
Okay. I would say the only reason, personally, I don't think the 1 life and the 1 draw is worth the 5 cost. The only reason I can see it is you want some obscure life decrease trigger to proc some sort of burst or some sort of hand trap. But because of how it works, you can go both ways. Your opponent can probably also tensei on your own life decrease as well.
Alright. Hanjan has a so yeah, Pass Isis is a bit of a choice. But at worst, I guess, like in the Isis deck, in the Divine Spirit deck, it's a symbol which is a Primal Walker, so I guess that's something.
At this point, Primal Dragon's Mirage, I don't think it really.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Brendan, I guess this is a question that's kind of posed to you from Hanjan. He's building the Machine Dragon Kiryu deck, and it feels like Weltrom and the Emperor are separate decks, so should you mix them or not?
oh, okay, so there are variants where I see people. Okay, so there are 3 ways to play Red Astro Blazer now. Is it 3? No, 4. Sorry, make that 4. Okay, so while I was not talking, I just got a new gaming chair, so now my seat is very comfortable. I can almost.
And you can get your own chair too if you play Raid Shadow.
We're not sponsored by them.
We're not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
No, we're not sponsored. What is sponsorship? I want to be sponsored, Bandai, please sponsor me.
Bandai, please sponsor me.
No Bandai.
We're not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Okay, so back to the question. There are 4 to 5 ways you can play Red Astro Blazers right now. So one is if you go through the Megiddo route, so that's the very straightforward one. The other route is the Machine Dragon route with Astra Dragon and Realm. The other route is the Emperor, of course. However, there is one route that goes through all 3, which uses the best of all 3 of them. So you put Megiddo in a Emperor deck, and you have Astro Dirt inside. So yeah,
you can watch.
Yeah, using Astro. Okay, basically in short, the deck revolves around Astro Dirt. Let me bring out Astro Dirt here. Where's Astro Dirt?
You can watch the Extreme Game for reference. The Red Guardian have built a what he call Red Good Stuff deck.
Yeah, so the idea is to basically just use Astro Dirt to spawn the Emperor and another thing. So in short, it's like a rush deck. It's apparently like the topping deck in Japan at the moment. I saw like a few videos. Speaking of red cards, we finally hit our first Pass Anubis.
Yay!
First? Oh wow.
It really is the first, because I have not seen a Pass Anubis. Okay, so since it's the red card, I will talk about this. So Anubis Pass. This card is shifted
so that was the chill I felt on my back.
Wow. I have my sniper rifle pointing at them.
That was the chill I felt on my back.
Okay, so he is treated as Grand Walker Anubis, and then this card in trash makes all your Grand Walker Anubis and your Terra Dragon's BP, Terra Dragon Spirit's BP destruction effects get plus 5k. This effect does not stack, so you can't have multiples of him and then you like stack 10k. No, it's only one time buff, which is not bad. So it makes your Dino Venge hit 17k, it makes your other stuff hit like 5k higher, which is great. It's a level 2-3 Tensei on 2 core level 2, which is great. Opponent life decrease, or when this spirit leaves the field, you flip it into the Grand Walker side. So Anubis Future on Tensei, you retrieve, add 1 card with the family, Daisei or Chiryu Motsu. Okay, you take back a Proximate or Terra Dragon card from your trash to your hand, and then it's level 2 Grand Scale Flash. During your attack step, this you can summon a cost 4 or higher Daisei or Chiryu Motsu no cost 4 no Aka no Spirito card. Okay, so you treat as bad. You can summon a cost 4 or higher Terra Dragon or Proximate card treated as all reductions fulfilled. This effect does not trigger core charge. Really strong with Anubis because the on Tensei effect procs off the original Anubis. You know, you add back your Terra Dragon to your hand, so it increases your hand size which procs the original Anubis, and it can spawn a Terra Dragon. In this case, you want to be spawning Dino-Venge most of the time. And then his grand skill kind of does the similar thing, however it's a force proc on flash timing, which is not bad. So it can, in short, I can basically like summon Astrodot halfway. So I'm pretty sure that Rush deck runs past Anubis as well. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Past Anubis is great. I have no complaints. I have no complaints. It's a really, really good card. Have I lost connection?
No, you're fine.
No, you're fine.
Wait, where did Ram go?
He left for a while in the
Wait, that means I need to small the screen.
Nah, it's fine.
No, it's not fine!
It's fine.
No!
It's fine.
Okay, Ken.
We will talk about Horus.
Yeah? I'm pretty sure we did.
I was away for a while, sorry.
It's okay. We did talk about past Horus. Jungle covered him. Speaking of which, did Jungle tow? Jungle,
What?
you tow?
Huh?
No, Jungle, you haven't tow.
No, I'm here. What?
Okay, never mind.
I'm just catching up on Discord messages for a moment.
Ah, yes. Okay, so far for the TXs, we hit 4 Welt Roms, 3 Rickies, and 3 Pirate Garys. So Cal is one happy man and he does not require to owe me more money.
I mean, I still owe you money regardless.
It's okay. I can blow this as well. Hey. Okay. Now let's see. How many more extras am I supposed to see? I'm supposed to see a little bit more prequels, I think, because I'm not seeing enough prequels. I'm seeing a few Huang Longs and I'm seeing a lot of strength. There's 7 strengths including the secret. So
But then remember that the secret doesn't count to the general count though, so we technically only have 6.
yeah, but 6 is a lot already.
Well, isn't it normal? Isn't 2 playsets normal?
No, I've been counting them in 5s.
I seem to recall 2 playsets being the normal last time, so...
No. I remember it was always in countings of 5 because that's the safer way to count.
Okay, if you say so.
6 means got extra. Okay. We opened the second copy of the Double X Bird, which is a bit sad because I kind of wanted one more of the burst.
I think we get one more blue one.
Yeah, we're supposed to get the blue one, I think, in the last 2 boxes. So it should be there. Let's see. Okay. Man, the amount of the scary part of this box opening is that the number of rares, master rares, and TRs is not even worth a stack. If you guys can like see from here, it's not even worth a stack. It's rising closer to the camera, but it's not that high enough for me to warrant a box, which is a bit sad actually. Now that I think about it, but oh well, it don't be like that. Okay, last pack for the third last box. Let's see what we get. I'm pretty sure I should be hitting a little bit more extras. Maybe this might be an extra. Oh, okay, it was the Angelic Feather. I was right, I was like, I'm missing a scent of something. Let me reach for this stuff. Okay. Okay. Second last box. Before...
Long story, Cap, long story. Long story. It's a very long story.
That is a long story.
It is a long story. A very long story.
Our tree. Tree.
It is a very long story.
Well,
One which maybe will be told at a future time, but
not today. Not on stream.
not today.
Do you
Don't worry
remember the
for another
Bugs Bunny meme? Right. Okay. So. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this total alternate with a passion.
I mean, I think it's okay.
I don't like it.
It's fine.
Oh, I just realized we haven't opened into one specific card.
Which one?
Set past. He only showed up here.
Oh, pass set.
Yeah.
Hey, oh yeah, oh my god.
Okay. Shadow, do you want to take pass set?
Okay, sure. I shall do pass set. Pass set to another of the campaign Grand Waters. Tensei. Okay, so pass set 5 costs, quite expensive. Art also doesn't look that good, in my opinion, but anyways. Okay, summon condition, life 2 or more, easy summon condition. His reboot is 3 and 4, which is very nice.
Hey. Did Discord do a laugh divey? Hey. Did something happen to Discord? Everything is still fine, right? The snipers got me. Sheesh. Oh, what? Oh no. Discord, why? Discord, why have you abandoned me? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Okay, never mind. Instead of Shadow, click reload. How do you reload Discord? I can't reload Discord. Yikes. Okay, never mind. I'll explain the pass it instead. Hello, Shadow? I know! I'm trying to fix it! I don't know what's going on! Okay, never mind. Let me close the window and reload it. Well, the stream is technically still on my end. Is the stream still on? Okay, never mind. I'll talk about pass set while I try to reload Discord. I'll take it from here.
Alright.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm back.
Hello, guys.
So,
What happened?
I have no clue, honestly. I have honestly no clue.
okay, so where was I?
You're talking about set.
Okay, so on set, he has on Tensei, he ignores the cost of race, he destroys opposing 9, cost 9 of less spirit ulti. Quite a high number for a 5 cost card. Cost 9 and below hits. Hits almost everything in this set. Then lastly, Grand Field, level 2. During your attack step, when your Beast Head Family Spirit ulti attack, by sending 3 costs from this nexus to the void, return a card from the trash to opposing deck top. This is most likely to combo with Typhon skill, where Typhon mills the opponent's deck and if it hits a specific number, he gets to restand. So you set the opponent's trash to the top of your deck to guarantee a hit.
That or you could use like together with the Space Pirates and the Great Despair.
Yes. Technically, if you want, you can. It's a convoluted way to get a guaranteed ultimate trigger, although I don't think there's any V-set ultimate trigger so far.
This is what you get for promoting hashtag not sponsored. Oof. Oof. Okay. While I was speedrunning opening the packs, I hit the last double X-ray, so let's talk about
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
This one is, let's go to the name. The name is the future giant deity Guy Monarch.
Guy Monarch?
So this is a life. They cost 8 spirit with a double symbol, and it's a life decrease burst. Both players discard cards from their hands until each of them has 2 cards left. If you have a blue Mirage set, you discard cards from your hand until it has 4 cards left. After this effect resolves, summon it without paying the cost. And then when it attacks, you can deploy a blue Nexus with Mirage effects from your hand without paying the cost. When you've done so, nuke a cost 8 or less spirit. So, this one is interesting because it kind of, depending on how the game is going, this can go a lot of different ways. If your opponent has a lot more cards in hand than you do, this is a great equalizer. You probably don't want to do this if you have more cards in hand than your opponent. Maybe. I guess it would depend on what deck this is in, because you could put this in a deck that's months in.
I discard Grizz Crash.
I discard Grizz Crash is an excellent example. So it also depends, I guess, on your discard synergies. And then the when attack set an Nexus card from hand. I'm interested that it doesn't say set from trash as well, given that it just got you to discard a bunch of cards. But I guess it's okay. It seems pretty. It seems usable again, which is more than can be said in the past history of double X's.
Hey guys, what if the new promo for the next set, side A Sigworm, side B
Nova.
Nova, could heal easily and Tensei easily? Does that mean Machine Dragon can heal their life until 5? I hope not. I really do. I hope not.
hope that Machine Dragon doesn't have access to that, honestly.
However, currently we have Overstar and Over Justice.
Yep,
Where
prevents life gain.
it prevents life gain. If the trend continues and prevent more life gain, I will be very sad because, you know, as a yellow player, I'm very sad because no life gain cuts half of my decks. But at the same time, I guess it won't be too. Okay, I don't want to say too busted because it is kind of like annoying, but at least it cuts Nova, so we might.
At least it gets Nova, so.
If it's gonna shoot half of my decks, at least it shoots an annoying deck.
Yeah.
Oh! We got 4 Garys!
Oh, dang.
Well, I guess I wasted $35.
I guess I earned 35. No.
Hold on. Well, wait, doesn't an extra mean that that one can sell offline, so it's fine.
Yes, but who wants?
Because at least that's one of the ones that people want. So.
Next question, who?
Put on market lah.
Okay lah. Oh wait, I remember Weltram somebody was wanting to buy it on the Facebook group. Maybe I should post it there. Get myself a $50 cash. Get myself some $50.
Money.
Oh wait, I think we haven't talked about this Tensei, right? The one that banishes the trash.
Probably not. We talked about selectively about Tensei rares, so let's see. Hornworm Gazer. During your main step, you can set a green or yellow Mirage card with Mirage effects from your hand without paying the cost. When you do so, exhaust an opposing Spirit Ultimate can only be done once per turn. At the start of either attack step, level 2-3, you can pay 2 cost. When you've done so, refresh and flip this Spirit. On its face value, it's not that great. Exhausting something. Setting Mirage is for free is pretty nice, and only exhausting though is kinda meh, and then having to pay 2 cost to flip is also kinda meh. What's it flip into? The Investigating Officer Namiya Gazer. When reborn, you can return an opposing exhausted Spirit Ultimate to the deck bottom, then banish every card in the opposing trash. And when it attacks, add a Core for the Void to your reserve. By adding a Core for the Void to your reserve during this battle, the opponent can't activate Burst Effect. It's okay. Nothing. It's okay.
That broke the hopes and dreams of my Double Nova. I don't want to be too mean, but not a lot of people can like Double Nova.
I do.
You are the only person out of this entire Discord call.
Brendan was a fan, so I'll say that.
Yeah, Brendan is a friend, so Brendan will share our sentiments.
Yes.
The other one, the
rest
people,
of us.
the people on the opposite side of the table, maybe not so far.
Yeah. I'm the one in pain.
Every single time we almost needed to kill him. And Nova back to 5 life. The whole field.
Time. Without fail.
Why is the whole field unaffected? Why? I don't.
Hey, more Astro Dirts.
Oppo Nova.
I wonder, is Astroda gonna be another $15 rare?
Honestly, I can't see.
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Hey, maybe Link Joker girl will become 15.
Okay, so we saw another past Anubis. Wait, is there only one past set?
Really?
I think so.
So far, yeah.
That's unlucky.
Wow, that's unlucky.
How many boxes do you have left?
That's the last one!
Oh really?
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, never mind, we go and do a count later.
Wait, so how many of each do we get?
Minimum 2, except for the past set.
That's odd.
Unlucky really.
Cause by right it's supposed to be 2 of most of them, then some is 3.
Yeah, because there's 7 of them and only 16 boxes.
Yeah, supposedly Okay, the justice is the last few.
Jasmine and I are both gonna have to hunt down fast off.
Jasmine and you are gonna definitely need to hunt down Pastov. He's gonna be hard to hunt as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so the last extra is the kitty.
I'll ask Mainland to hunt for me.
Yep. He ran out of stock already.
Yeah, out of stock already.
That was fun.
Okay, time to put the Tensei check this card aside. Okay, so let's put the foils one side, off the screen side so we can't see them, and we put the commons one side as well. And now we're gonna count the loot and see what's missing. If there was anything missing. But yeah. Right. Okay, so let's start from the smallest count, which is the Double Express. No need to say, we are supposed to only get 3, so 3 here. Actually no, we should count the... Yeah, we should count the CP, because that's the sus one. So we have 1 set, 2 3, 2 Anubis 3, 2 Thor 5, 2 Isis 7, 2 Horus 9, plus 3 10, plus 3 16, 8 3 13. Wait, am I missing something? That's all of them, right?
I'm missing a girlfriend.
I'm definitely missing a girlfriend. Hold up. Let me double check. I might have accidentally put some into another pile, but I don't think so. I don't see any costs. I don't see any ultimate reductions or not. Let me check here. It might be here though. Let's see. That's strange. There's only 13 CPs. I thought 1 box each has 1.
Did you miss one?
Or did I like math wrongly? Wait, so 3 3 6 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. Where's the 16? Wait a second. There's supposed to be 16.
16 already.
Did you mix it into something else by mistake?
Yeah, I might have put it in the foil stack by mistake. It should be another pass set. So I'm staring down like the blue accents of it.
You will not miss a pack, hopefully.
Oh, missing a pack would be funny. No, not that I can feel any hardness in any of the packs. Nope. Yeah, let's just double check the stack, cause I'm pretty sure if I missed it out, it would have gone into the stack by mistake.
Strange.
This is very strange. Like every box we were supposed to see one, right? Was there a box that I did not open one? Or like I did not see one?
Didn't open? Did you just somehow misplace an entire box?
Cannot be!
How many Tensei X's do you have? Because you should have 16, isn't it?
No, the Tensei X.
Oh no, you should have. Okay, so we got 3 double X's, 2 secrets, and 11.
Oh, I was right.
3, 11.
The one more pass set was hiding inside the stack.
Oh, there's a pass set hiding inside the stack. Okay, we found it.
Yeah, we found it. So everyone has 2 pieces each. except for Osiris and Ra, so Lucky, Shadow, and Carl.
Meow
I guess.
meow.
Yeah,
Yes.
Shadow can go meow meow.
Okay, but that brings our opening to an end.
No, it's not the end yet. We still got a
Not yet?
flex.
Oh wait, there's
Still
more?
got- Still got flex. Still got flex. How many Midnight Suns? How many Angelic Feathers and how many Executioners? Oh, flex time. 6 Midnight Suns.
Okay.
5 of the others. Not bad. I guess
Yeah.
Midnight Sun is the one that we kind of want to see more often, yeah?
It's like I guess it's the best of the 3.
Yeah.
I guess. Though that
Wait,
being
what was
said,
the
I don't
fast
really
walker
think
that I opened?
I like I mentioned, I don't really think that Midnight Sun here is that good.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so I hit fast.
Fishing.
Oh! Okay, so I have extra Ricky from my own box, extra Huang Longs, extra Strength, extra Anubis, and extra Isis. Nice. Okay, we're not gonna count those though. Okay, and then the TX is the... I think this is the best spread. Cause it's 4 Welt Realms. Money. This is like $200 on the table. And then Ricky at 3, Shark at 4. I think Shark is better than Ricky sometimes, but yeah, this is great. So that means money. Money! Okay, then for extras, we have 1 kitty. I'm gonna count the kitty first because I don't think anyone likes the kitty other than me and Jungle. Go kitty.
Go doesn't like me.
Kitty.
Jungle doesn't remotely even like me.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 5 of the Izanagi cat. Justice. Justice I think is the one with 5, because I didn't see that many Justice. Or it could be 6. Oh, it's 6. No, why is Justice at 6? Ah. Okay, so 6 Justice.
We have secrets.
Oh, and then there's the 1 secret Justice there outside.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that one. Balmask. We have surprisingly quite little. I didn't see that many Balmask.
Only 4?
There's only 4 Balmask.
Wow.
Wow.
Rabak.
That's not
That one is
Yeah.
rabak. I actually
Yeah.
only see 4 pieces. Wow, what? Who are eating
Yeah.
these? Let's find out who is eating this.
I mean,
Okay.
at least we only see 5 cats, so I guess that's good.
Yeah. Okay, so the white
What?
one see
I don't know. What? No, I don't think.
3, 5. 5 of the white one.
$200 from 4 cards. That reminds me of the other red dragon from Vanguard.
Okay, the big question. Okay, well we'll get to the big question.
Yeah. How many Huang Long is the
I think about 6. I saw 6 Huang Longs. Okay,
Okay,
6
so there's
Huang
enough for the 2 playsets then.
Longs. Yeah. Okay, then
Thanks so far.
prequel. Prequel got like 5, excluding
Oh.
the secret. Let me see. Oh, prequel got 6.
Oh hey, okay, well 6 plus secret. Okay,
6 plus secret.
Onegaishimasu.
Then
all right.
the strength. You got 6
I
also.
think I see where all the things went.
Yes, yeah. So God decided to give me strength. This was not what I meant though.
Wow, 7 people.
Well,
7 prequel, 7
prequel,
strength.
7
hello?
strength.
At least let like 1 here go to the Balmask. Okay, so Over Emperor is also the unlucky one. Cause Over Emperor there's only 4.
Oh.
Ooh.
However, we got
How many
6
Megiddos are?
Megiddo.
How many?
6 Megiddos.
So I see this as an absolute win.
Okay, you know
I
what?
think it's an absolute win.
I think you would prefer 6 Megiddos and 4 Emperor rather than
Yeah.
Emperor.
Yeah, cause at least Jungle and Rem can have their stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the summary.
All in all, not too bad. I think. Like the only one that like we would have preferred is like transfer 1 from Justice to Balmask, I guess. But other than that, not too bad.
Yeah, this is not too bad. I like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quote-unquote ASMR carton opening stream.
ASMR indeed. It's more of just listening here. Sitting.
guys
Thank you
like
for sitting
what
with us for
you
2.5 hours listening to us discussing cards.
Should I giggles more opening you?
If you
Yeah.
guys like what you see,
We hope you got some laughs out of
slam
it. We know we
that
did.
like and subscribe button and ring a ding that bell so you can get the latest notifications of whenever I make new videos or when I stream. yeah, that. We also have our socials like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we also have our Twitch. Not Twitch, our Discord, where me and the boys will be there on most nights, talking about card games, and you know, literally anything else under the sun. Do follow us on Twitch, link in the description below, where Cap and the others we'll be playing video games like Halo, Monster Hunter Rise, and various other video games that I probably won't cover because I am not a video gamer. However, there is fun things to ensue, so please enjoy yourselves, and I hope to see you in the next stream. And also special thanks to all of the guests here. Is it this way? Here. For being on stream with me today, opening this carton. This carton is actually meant to be split within all of us here on call right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!
See ya!
Bye!
Bye!